The first game I'm going to analyze, I know you guys don't want to talk about, is the Man United 2, RB Leipzig 3, the game that knocked us out of Champions League.
Oh,
Okay. I know I know things have happened since then, but I still picture those goals from Angelito down the left. So, Dr. J, quickly tell me how you saw that game that we lost to RB Leipzig 3-2.
it was very sad, because me, I always go with the stats in the game. We had about 19 shots to their nine. We had 7 on target. We had more possession, and we know when we have more possession, we always lose the game for some reason. I don't know why, but it's a game to be forgotten, and it was very disappointing. It was very disappointing. I was surprised we lost that game, to be honest. I thought we would get a draw,
We were two down in
but
what, 5 minutes? When we two down in what,
yeah,
five?
we left it too late to do something. We
Yes.
left it too late. When we started playing, the game was gone already. I think Pogba came in and injected some kind of urgency, but then
We
the
were
game was
three
gone
down.
already.
Weren't we three down at the time?
Yeah, we were 3 down in 69 minutes. The first goal was in the second minute, the third in the 13th minute, and then about the 70th minute they got the third. So we're 3 goals down going into 70 minutes. So
Okay. Joe,
Yeah.
RB Leipzig 3, Man United 2. What was your take on that game quickly?
I mean, that was a devastating game. That was a real gut punch. So early in the season, it was just so unnecessary too. That was when I just started. I knew like if the team didn't improve mentally, then we weren't about to do anything because that was all mental. It's not about ability.
mm,
It's not about tactics. I mean, there's tactics there, but I mean, we have a squad that is good enough and well paid enough to be able to will themselves to results. And the level of capitulation by the team for those last few games was just it was just completely the opposite of what it is to be a Manchester United team, and it was a real gut punch. I was done. I was like officially done with like Ole. I almost like I signed the form. I was about to turn it in, and
you were going to
to
give him the P45.
yo, I'm telling you because it was just I it was because of the players not performing, and I was also disappointed in him not being able to get them there. That's part of his job. No matter what, he's man management is also part of his job, and if you can't get your team to perform, then the organization doesn't have any need for you. So overall, I like the way things have turned around. But yeah, that was a very low point. It was almost like the Sevilla loss
Yes.
Mm.
at the
It was the same manner. Same manner.
Europa. Yeah, it was just like why? Like okay, so yeah, that was what that game meant. But obviously, better times since then.
Okay. Man United 3, RB Leipzig, Man United 2, RB Leipzig 3. What was your recollection of that game? Someone's got the volume up. Please turn it down. Please.
Somebody watching that Falcons Tampa Bay game or something?
It's on mute. Sorry, it was on mute. Yeah, sorry. I was saying, yeah, it feels like such a long time ago. It's like almost a month ago. But yeah, for me, that game, that's when we was going for our bad patch of starting games very poorly. Obviously, 2 goals down in 30 minutes. Then we went 3-0 down. If I remember correctly, I think it's the game where Brandon Williams had a nightmare and he should have been brought off at half time. But he kept him on. We're 3-0 down. And it's the game where he brought off 3 defenders and brought on 3 defenders. And again, we need goals. For
Yeah.
me, that was
Yeah.
frustrating.
Yeah.
Well, Pogba came on for Matic. That was good. It was positive. Then I think he took off Williams for Shaw because Shaw wasn't fit. Then he brought on, who was it? Did he bring off? He brought on Fosu Mensah and he brought on, who else? He brought on another defender. And I'm like, we need goals. He had the Gali on the
Yeah.
bench. He had Matt on the bench.
I,
For me, it was
I
just
think he brought on
frustrating.
Brandon. It was Williams he brought on.
Yeah.
He brought on
Oh,
Williams. He
did
brought
Williams
on
start?
Williams.
Williams started.
Brandon
Luke
Williams.
Shaw was not
No,
fit.
no. I don't think Brandon Williams. I think Brandon Williams came on when I said, why is he being on a defender instead of an attacker?
I'm sure Williams
No,
started.
Brandon Williams
Because
did.
Luke Shaw was
No,
injured.
no, Brandon Williams didn't start. He came off the bench. He came
He
off the
came off
bench.
the bench.
Yeah, he came off the
Was
bench.
that the
Yeah,
game where
it
he
was.
rushed back Shaw? Was that the game where Shaw just come back from injury then?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I think that was when Shaw just came back from an injury because he
Okay.
played Tellers and
He
Shaw.
played
It
Telles.
was a back five.
That was
It was
it.
a back
Yeah, he
five.
played
He
That was
played.
Tellez.
Yeah,
Wan-Bissaka who had a nightmare because all the
Yeah.
crosses, the first two from Angelito
Yeah.
were down that left.
yeah.
He had a
Yeah.
nightmare. He had a nightmare.
Yeah,
it was
Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
It's just it's disappointing. And for me, it was
Hey,
like
Sammy.
Pogba.
Hey,
I think
guys.
Cole tried to be obviously do what he wanted to do because Pogba's age was talking. But for me, you got to play your best team. Champions League, you can't risk it. And
Oh yeah, that was that game. Oh Jesus Christ.
Yes.
yeah.
That, yeah,
Pogba
that was
on the
that whole week.
bench 'cause
That
the
week,
age was
man.
talking.
Oh my God.
Yeah, remember,
Yeah.
we had previously lost the week before to
Yeah.
PSG 3-1 at home. So this was
Yeah.
a must win. We couldn't even get a draw. We couldn't even get a draw. We couldn't get 1 point.
Yeah.
But okay,
Yeah, we had 2 games left, and we needed just the 1
1
point,
point.
and we couldn't get it.
Sad though.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, that was after the Viola comment too, and
Yeah.
then we had the game. Oh man,
Yes, that was a bad
that
game.
was that was also the same game I was done with Pogba. Like I was officially okay, it's not worth it anymore. even if he plays well, and I hope he does for the rest of the season, Viola with Pogba, as long as he's attached, he does not need to be on the team anymore because it was so
But guys,
unnecessary. So
I want to ask you guys a question. Do you think Raiola would have released that statement without Pogba's consent?
No,
no, probably not. Yeah, that was part of it too.
No.
Like yeah, that was Pogba.
I
Pogba was
agree.
part of it.
I
So it's
agree.
like Pogba, what do you like? Okay,
But you know
Raiola-
why
protecting the guy
Raiola did
anymore.
that. You know
The
why
agent
Raiola did
represent-
that? Because they
Oh,
were
yeah.
meant to let Pogba go in the summer of 2018. They kept him. They were meant to let him go last summer because of COVID. So Raiola thought, you know what? This is my chance to hit you and strike while the iron's hot. Well, it's just gonna disrupt everything. So it was smart what he did, Raiola.
Really
Smart.
sad.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think it was a
I don't
financial
think
thing
Pogba is
too.
going. I don't
If
think
we-
he's going.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. I think
He's not
what
signing a
Raiola
contract.
did. I think what they did was they brought out that statement before the Leipzig game because if we went out of the Champions League, we would lose money, and then United will be in a position where we'll be forced to sell because we need the money from the sale of Pogba. I think all that was planned. I think Riola's plan was to get him sold in January.
In January.
That's the reason why they did that. It don't make no sense why you do it right before a Leipzig game when it's a do or die. It's a must-win game to keep
Right.
us in the Champions League. We lose money, and then you're forced to sell Pogba, who's a high value asset. So
Right.
that's my thinking, though.
Right.
But-
So while you're on it, Bems, I'll be liking
Yeah.
3 Man United to give me summary. What do you think of that? What was your summary of that game?
I think that game was a tactical disaster from Ole. We beat them with a 4-4-2 diamond in the first game 5-0. He changed it to a back five, and again they exploited us from the wings with a back five. I don't know how we concede goals from the wings when we're playing a back five. So it doesn't make any sense. So to me, I think that was really tactical from Ole. It was just terrible. And then again, the substitutions taking out defenders for defenders when we need goals. It just didn't make. And bringing up, I don't think Brandon Williams didn't, because he brought on Brandon Williams in the second half. That didn't make any difference. He brought on Fosu Mensah. That didn't make any difference. And I think that was a game because he played. It was Rashford and Greenwood up top in the 5. It was a 5-3-2 formation with Bruno just right behind Greenwood and Rashford. You have two forwards who can't hold the ball up. One of them needed to at least be able to hold the ball up and bring people into play. Rashford and Greenwood can't do that. So I think it was a tactical disaster. My opinion, if we have played the 4-4-2 diamond, and at least one of those strikers could hold the ball up. I don't know if Cavani was healthy during that game. I don't know why he didn't play him.
I don't think he was still able to play.
He wasn't able to play, or or at least Martial. I don't know if Martial can play
Marshall
too.
was
But
injured, remember?
Martial was
Marshall
injured.
was
oh,
injured.
Martial was injured.
That's
Okay,
why we
okay.
struggled. We missed Marshall
Yeah,
that game.
yeah. Okay, we missed Martial in that game. Well, again, I just don't understand why we couldn't get 1 point from 2 games. Man, that's on the manager, man. I'm sorry. That was on the manager. That's my opinion. Yes, you have players who can come up and do the job, but yeah, you should be able to coach a team and put a team out there with tactics to at least get a point out of 2 games. So
I know, right?
but yeah, that was a poor performance, man.
Both games
Just
we
got
conceded
cut up
3
and
goals in both
oh man,
PSG
it was
and
terrible.
it was terrible. Right,
It was
Sammy,
terrible.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year, guys in the UK. I hope you had a good year.
Happy New Year. I hope you had one too. Good one too.
Happy New
Right.
Year.
Yeah,
Happy New Year, Sammy.
yeah, Sammy. We're talking about summarize Man United RB Leipzig quickly.
Okay, I think you guys know that I didn't watch the game because I was somewhere in the mid Texas walking through the trail when our team actually had a disastrous performance. But I did watch the highlights, so I'm going to just sum up my analysis based on the highlights we watched. Obviously, we had a terrible defensive lapse, and I think Wan Bissaka had one of his worst game in the season
Oh,
based
yeah,
on
he
the
was
highlights
a
I
mess.
watched.
Yeah.
And again, it was definitely it's on Ole because the way he started the formation was bad. Especially, I think we played West Ham before that, and we actually had a convincing 3-1 win. And I don't know, I didn't get that why Pogba didn't start in that game. He should have started. And the formation was really bad. I mean, again, I agree with Bims that we should have started with the diamond formation where Pogba and Fred should be there, and and Bruno. I know Marshall was injured, and but again, I think the whole formation was totally bad, and I don't feel like Lindelof and Wan Bissaka, both of them had a terrible game, especially Wan Bissaka. I think first 2 goals we conceded from the left flank, if I could recall correctly. But yeah, it was totally a defensive blunder that cost us the game. Given that we just need to get 1 point from last 2 games, I just can't believe that how would we lose it, because that's totally on Ole, and also our team should have done better job by I mean, I just feel like we still has to be there in the Champions League. I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, we
Yeah.
are not a team for Europa League at this moment, especially after given our recent performance last 3 weeks. I
Yeah.
can't believe that again we have to go back to Europa and play those games. I just can't believe that.
It was painful. It just looked like we just went to make up the
Yeah.
numbers that we were never.
Exactly.
You're okay. You're here now, but we know you're not going to qualify. So we'll just add you to the group because we're not going to make it. The third goal with Maguire and De Gea, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was
Oh
a
my
mess.
God.
Oh yeah, that's another
No.
disaster. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, it was
Right.
another disaster. And
It
again,
was just
I hope he learned from his mistakes. Again, I don't know. Again, we still have to have the consistency. I know we had a good run in last couple of weeks. We're kind of joint topper, but it's not there yet. It's still there are a lot of still things to do. But hopefully, I know we will get through this, and hopefully we'll have a good run in Europa.
Right.
Even if I don't care about if we win Europa, because I just really want us to get back to Champions League again.
All right. Right. Let's go to our next game. West Ham 1, Man United 3. Goals were scored by Pogba, Greenwood, and Rashford. West Ham scored first, if you guys remember.
Yep.
Dr. J, tell us what you remember of that game.
Sorry, the West Ham game, yeah?
Yeah, we won 3-1 in London away.
I'm just trying to remember now.
It was the Pogba
Let somebody else go.
scored the scorcher. Pogba actually scored
Sorry?
the scorcher
Pogba
from
scored
30
from
yards,
25 yards.
25 yards.
That's the one where he
Actually
curled
changed
it
the
in.
whole
Was that a
game.
deflection?
Yeah, that was
Was
the
that a
West Ham game.
deflection?
No,
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 he curled
that's
it in
not
with his
this
right
he
foot.
curled it in from the outside the box.
Yep.
Across from Greenwood. Greenwood laid the ball on for him, and he just sliced it.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
It was Bruno actually, not Greenwood, I guess.
Oh,
It's Bruno.
Bruno, yes, Bruno.
Yeah.
Bruno, yeah. I
was,
think, yeah, you're right. West Ham got the first goal.
Yes, they
in the first half.
they were torturing us, to be honest.
Yes, and I was like, oh, here we go again, because they were so good in the first half.
Yes.
It was the first half to forget, to be honest.
Yes.
And I remember going into halftime, I was like, listen, these guys have to turn it around in the second half. They have to do something. And nothing happened until I think there was the
65.
20
Yeah, 60
66
65
minutes. Yes,
minutes. Yeah.
yes, and then bang, 66 minutes. Pogba got that beautiful goal.
Mhm.
Then 68 minutes we got another goal. Then 78 within 10, 13 minutes the game was done.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
why do they have to wait every time? Why do they have to wait every time before they do this? Why do they wait until the end, nearly when things are really going bad before they fix it? It was a completely different team in the second half, to be honest.
Yes, a game or two halves. Okay.
Exactly.
Joe, Man United 3, West Ham 1 away. Goals by Pogba, Rashford, and Pogba, Mason, and Bruno.
Greenwood.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty good game. Yeah, the first half was like abysmal. It was one of those same old, same old. But on the positive, I had to take the positive out of it because the way it ended so well. And it was the kind of game where before, I'm always trying to compare what the team is doing compared to how they were before. It was the kind of game where their heads would have gone down and it would have been trouble trying to, you know, get back into the game because most of the time those teams are just sit back even further and it'll frustrate us even more and continuously trying to hit us on the counter. But for the team to be able to mentally, again, it's that mental aspect to be able to wake up and then just know what their ability is because they know they got it in them and to be able to come back like that and win the game like that, I thought that was actually pretty impressive and I like that.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Man United 3, West Ham 1.
Like before, I think that was the game just before Leipzig, wasn't it? It's
Yeah.
like that was
Yep.
when we were going through the period of having bad starts to games. We were just poor. We didn't wake up until I think they scored first from a corner. That's when we were going through the stage of crosses in the box. We were
Yes.
conceding.
Yes.
Mhm.
I think they hit the post after they scored as well.
Yes.
And then Haller, I remember he was one-on-one and he fell over.
Yeah, and he slipped.
Yeah, we should have been 3-0 down by half time. So we were lucky in that game, very lucky. And I think that's the one where Henderson kicks it and they said it went it for a throw-in. And then
Yeah.
we got the goal, moments of brilliance from Greenwood. But yeah, that was when we were just going through moments of magic from players. We weren't really constructing chances. So for me, it was a bad time. That was it feels like a long time ago, but it wasn't. We were just so slow to start in games. That was a bad period. Yeah.
Okay. Bams, Man United 3, West Ham 1. Is there?
Yeah, if I remember, I can't remember that game very well, though. But what I do
It
remember is
was
that
when
we started off
Pogba
poorly.
scored from 25
I think,
yards.
and I think I think Pogba had a very good game that day. It was and then the goal that West Ham scored was a mistake from Endo.
Yes.
And then we went on, and then and then Pogba scored. Yeah, Rashford came off the bench to score. Greenwood scored. It was again. It was during that period where we were going through that patch where we're just conceding goals. We always conceded it first, and then
silly goals,
and then we'll come back. Silly goals, man. Stupid goals. So, but I mean, and then after that game, we went and lost to RB Leipzig. But yeah, it was it was a good performance by Pogba. Thank God for Rashford coming off the bench to score as well. And I think that second half was a totally different game from United. First half was poor, but second half we just totally changed the game. So it's it was a good result. Not really a great performance because of the first half, but it was that rough patch that we don't want to go through again. So hopefully that doesn't come back again.
Okay, Sammy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna add a couple of things here. What I remember from that. So the reason actually the first half was so poor is kind of like we're recovering from our previous defeat against PSG. We're still recovering from that. So the first was poor, and also there is one thing. Ole started with Van de Beek in that game, and Van de Beek was totally bad. He was not even controlling the midfield. He was all over. Okay. So then I guess around at the beginning of the first half, he got replaced by Bruno. And correct me if I'm wrong, lads, okay? He got replaced by Bruno. And then after that, I guess Martial also got replaced by Mata. And that kind of changed the game.
That's when
because
Martial got injured.
Yes, and then after that, Pogba basically scored from the scorcher. From the scorcher, it was like a 25-year screamer, just going to that bam. And then after that, I saw one of the spark from Greenwood, one of the best goals he scored in this season, and that first touch was beautiful. I think it's a Taylor's cross. He just took it. The first touch was beautiful, and they scored it. And then after that, they again a beautiful assist from Mata. That was like a through pass, which Rashford picked it up and scored there. So I feel like it was more of like a substitution. And again, I'm a very vocal about Ole's tactics against substitution. But somehow Ole started really badly. His formation was not good in the first half. But the two changes, and again, bringing Bruno in place of Van de Beek, and then again, Mata was kind of crucial, that substitution that changed the game. And obviously, I mean, I am not gonna take any credit out of Pogba's goal, because that's totally boosted our morale for that game. If that goal wouldn't be scored from that kind of position, I don't know, maybe we would have lost that game. So it's kind of like a combination of the substitution plus Pogba's individual brilliance took us through the game. Otherwise, it would be very difficult to win that game, especially it was an away game and we are 1-0 down, and we didn't play. I mean, our ball position was terrible in the first half. But again, that goal and those substitution changed the game.
Right. Joe, have you talked about this game yet? No.
Yeah.
All right. Now our next game was the Man United 3, Sheffield United 2. Henderson had the back pass from Maguire, slipped, and there were a goal in 29 seconds or 45 seconds. I can't remember now, but
within a minute.
Right, Joe, take us off that game. Man United 3, Sheffield United 2. Goals by Rashford and Martial.
Which one was that one? Oh, the back pass to
back pass from Henderson.
Yeah, this is another one of those games where defensively was just looked a little shaky. But it's weird because after the RB Leipzig game, I started noticing a pattern that even though sometimes we were conceding goals and we were tying with teams, I was seeing that we weren't conceding goals from open play. It was just our mistakes. And I just felt like even though we were conceding goals through dumb mistakes, I liked that throughout the rest of the game, we pretty much shut out a lot of these teams. And it would just, again, it's that mental ability to just always have your mind turned on that the team needs to, that the team is going to need to move forward to start winning some trophies. So again, it was one of those kind of games where I didn't think that we were going to lose, especially considering Sheffield just hasn't been themselves, right?
Yeah.
Normally, if this was last year, there's no way we would have won that game, But Sheffield, they just leaked goals this season, So I thought we were going to come through for that one.
All right. Kay, Man United 3, Sheffield United 2.
Yeah. I remember this game, because I think they were saying, Sheffield Wednesday obviously hadn't won a game, so Ollie played a weakened side. He put Henderson in goal, and for me, it was like to put Henderson in. I think in a game like that, it's more pressure because he's played there all last season. Ollie probably thought we'll walk the game, and then obviously I think Maguire passed it back. Henderson should have cleared it, he didn't. And for me, it was just like as we were going through most of those games in that period, concede. Taking a little while to wake up, and to concede 2 goals against the team that are bottom of the league. To this day, they still haven't won a game. For me, it was just a shambles. Like it was just, and to only win by 1 goal in the last minute against a team that are struggling like that. They to be honest, we were lucky to get away with a win.
Yes, we were hanging on.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just tactically. Ollie, it was when Ollie was going through the period of trying to rotate the team instead of playing his best team and then bringing players off the bench. So I think we were just fragile mentally as a team then.
All right, Dr. J, the Sheffield United game 3-2. We beat them away.
Yeah, we did not start the match properly, but like Joe rightly said, most of the pattern was starting to unravel. In the sense that most of our goals were our own mistakes.
Yeah.
The other team did not really create anything in the first half. And I think the most important thing was that we got an equalizer before the end of the first half. I think it was Rashford.
Yes,
Yes,
that was that
Rashford
not the one.
equalized.
A long ball from Lindelof.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
that
that
was
was a good
good.
one.
That was good. But then
That's good.
I think we scored again. We scored 2 goals in the first half. Martial got another goal.
Yes, Martial
In the
got a good goal.
31st. Yeah. And then we scored in the second half in the 51st minute, and I thought the game was done. But then we had to hang on. I think
Yeah, they literally
Ole
pressed.
he played Martial as a single striker, if I remember correctly. Greenwood was on the right, Rashford was on the left, and then what's your man's name? Bruno through the middle.
Yeah, it's a 4-2-3-1.
Um,
Yeah.
exactly. So it was an okay game. You know, at least we were in the game. Again, we had to hang on. I don't like it when we have to hang on. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
that even happened in our last game again.
Yep,
You
we're
know,
coming
hanging
to
on
that
until
one.
the end. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Right, Sammy, Man United 3, Sheffield United 2.
Yeah, I think this kind of a game like where I thought that we should have had a convincing win just to made an example, give
Yeah,
an
they
example,
were at the
a
bottom,
strong
the bottom
start.
table at the time.
Yeah, they're like literally at the bottom, and if we really wanted to climb the table, we gotta actually take this kind of game to make a remark on the other players and other teams also. Like that okay, we are here, we are Manchester United, we're gonna destroy them. Instead of doing that, we actually considered a goal in a very first minute, which I feel like it was okay. I mean, Dean Henderson, I kind of supported Ole for starting with him because obviously he needed some play time. Because if we really have to give him some time, and if you really want to make De Gea feel like some competition among the players, then we have to start with Henderson sometime. And eventually, I think in last few games, I think that things worked, because if you see how De Gea kind of performed in last few games, it's kind of like feeling that somebody's like breathing down his shoulder, which is Henderson. But again, that
Yeah.
lad, started miserably bad. I thought sometimes feel like he kind of paid his back to his former club, Sheffield. So anyway, so he kind of recovered from there. But the one thing which I really wanted to make sure, here, that we should give credits where it's due, because we should not take credit away from our players, that they every time they go one goal down, they always came back. And again, this game proved the same similar kind of pattern. We came back strongly. We scored 3 goals before we considered one more, but last 10 minutes was pretty bad. I feel like once we 3-1 up, I
Yeah,
somehow
we
felt
should have
like
shut the
we
game
made
down.
some changes. We made some changes in the formation, and literally
Yeah.
Sheffield pressed us for the last 10-15 minutes, which you couldn't expect from a team which actually lying down at the bottom of the table. So that's, I feel like it's not a good way to end that game. We should have at least ended the game either 4-1 or 5-1 in that case. Then it will definitely give us more confidence and we can move forward with that. But again, overall, I'm not going to criticize Ole a lot for that game. And because the mistake Henderson did, it was nothing Ole's fault, because it was like once in 100 scenario when a goalkeeper missed that kind of chances and just made a big blunder like that. So overall, I feel like still we showed a resilient performance. We came back from 1 goal down, and at the end we got 3 points. So that's all mattered. So
Right.
I'm just gonna give them an average performance for that game.
Okay, Bems, Man United 3, Sheffield United 2.
Again, okay, yeah. Again, nothing too much for me to add about that game, but it's one of those games where Ole was chopping and changing goalkeepers, which, to be honest with you, I know, yeah, Hendo played for them last season, but that doesn't mean you go start him against Sheffield United. And so
Yeah, these things are
so
unnecessary.
very unnecessary. So the first goal that we concede was from a Hendo mistake.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but that's on Ole. Play De Gea. De Gea is your number one goalkeeper. Play him. You don't chop and change goalkeepers. You really don't. Hendo should be playing the League Cup games, no problem. But the Premier League games,
Europa, maybe.
it should be De Gea. Simple. So and then we basically put ourselves in a position where we had to fight from back
Yeah.
from being
3-1
behind
down.
again. But I can't remember too much about that game. I just remember that I was pissed off with Ole for starting Hendo, because
Right.
that was on Ole, I think. But yeah, we came back, we won the game 3-2. Yeah, and well, thank God we won the game against a team
Yeah.
that's struggling.
Yeah,
that
a
only
team that
has
was bottom of the table, it was really
man,
poor. Because
that was bad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
after we got to 3-1, they had the corner kick. Lindelof headed it on the defender, on their player, went
it came
into
back.
and it went back
Yeah.
in. At 3-2, they nearly made it 3-3, but a block or save would have given us only 1 point. And we were
Exactly.
hanging on
Yeah.
for dear
Yeah.
That
life.
was like the last
We
kick
were
of the
hanging
game.
on.
Yeah,
Ruthless.
the last kick
Exactly.
of the game
Literally.
against the worst
Hanging
team in
on
the
for
league.
dear life.
I
Yeah.
mean, Lindelof was literally struggling. I could see his face when the referee blew the final whistle. He was literally struggling in that game.
Tell me something. Right, our next game, I think you guys will love this one. Man United 6, Leeds 2.
Ooh,
Let me start off with Joe
That
because
was
I
a
was
game.
with
That was a
Joe
that
game.
was a
yesterday.
game.
Man, talk about yo. I mean, it was almost as if they didn't know that we remembered the rivalry. I mean, this is the War of the Roses. This is what it's all about. It was a proper welcome back to the Premier League. Don't forget what the fuck this is. Don't forget who the fuck we are. It was proper. And the fact that it was kicked off by an academy player, Scott McTominay with the brace, that even the type of goals, it was amazing. It was everything you could have possibly asked for a game like that. And Ole just got everything spot on. Who would have thought let Scott McTominay fly would reap goals? You know what I'm saying? It just
Yeah.
never
He
saw
was
that
on a hat
coming.
trick at one point.
Yeah,
Yep,
he was on
he
it.
was.
It was
Yeah.
it was spot on. Defensively, we locked them down, even though got some free goals towards the end.
They scored 2 beautiful
Yeah,
goals.
very good. The worldies again.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm. You really don't want to be the only. You don't really get too. I don't really get too mad whenever worldies against unless the goal is scored because our defensive posture allowed it to happen. But certain goals are just gonna go in. It's just there's nothing you can do about it. So,
Right.
but yeah, awesome game, great day, good day.
All right. Okay. Man United 6, Leeds 2. A baptism welcome Leeds back to Premier League.
Yeah, you know why that game was nice for me? Because I remember the last time we played Leeds in I think it was the FA Cup, Jermaine Beckford. The
Yes,
ball
we
over the
lost
top.
1-0 at home.
West Brom let the ball bounce. Beckford scored, and I never forget the Leeds fans to this day were going on about it because that was the last time we played them. And to beat them by 6, but Tomini blew them away in the first with 2 goals in quick succession. But that game just suited the way we play. They come out, counter-attack, bam.
Yeah.
So it just, and the Bielsa plays like that. That's why Leeds will always score goals and concede. They'll always come at you and leave space behind. So it was a perfect game for Ole, and we punished them. It was good. It was nice to give a team 6 instead of the last time we conceded 6 against Spurs. So
Yes.
it was nice to
Yeah.
go away.
Let
It's
someone
good to
else taste
batter
that 6.
teams from time to time.
Right.
You know?
Dr. J. Man United
Yeah.
6, Leeds 2.
That was a beautiful game. I remember I was on the train, so I had to watch the game online. I remember switching on my tablet to watch the game, and before I could log in, it was 2 goals up. I was like, what's going on here?
Within 3 minutes.
Within 3 minutes, McTominay had scored 2 goals. I was like, wow, what's going on here? I couldn't believe it. And then I think Bruno scored a third.
Yes.
In the first half, we were up 4 goals already.
4-1.
Oh. Yeah. Well, we were up 4 goals up
Yes.
until the 42nd minute before.
Yes,
Leeds came back into the game. But it was a brilliant game. Ole played 4-2-3-1 with Martial up front. Daniel James even got a goal.
I know,
Even
right?
got a goal in the game.
Yeah, that was the crazy part about that game too. Like
honestly,
yeah.
he was. But Daniel James played good in that game. For some reason, Ole got that tactics right because he was using his speed because he knew there were going to be spaces by the Leeds players because they play very robust football. That's the only way Bielsa knows how to play. He just attacks you, And for the neutrals, it's nice to watch, but they were just there for the taking. So it was a good game. It was a good result for us. And Lindelof scored. Lindelof of all people
Yeah,
scored.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's good.
I
Good
was
coaching
happy.
goal too.
Exactly, exactly. That's it. The striker could. I
Yep.
mean, the striker would be jealous of that.
Right.
He was just. It was an awesome game. I
Right.
enjoyed it.
Bams. Man United 6, Leeds 2. We were there we were in the pub. I think it was an early kickoff. Was it an early kickoff? No, we were
Yeah, it was
outside.
there.
Yeah.
You were outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
outside because there's a
Man.
gymnastic tournament going on.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
That
no,
was
it
a
wasn't even
superb.
gymnastic. It was like
I know,
cheerleading.
man.
Cheerleading.
Just a
Cheerleading.
sarcasm. Yeah, they're
Yeah, it was
actually
a
doing a
cheerleading
cheerleading
contest. Yeah,
State champs.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was a superb performance by United. Hands down, I think that was our best performance this season. I mean, that was total. I mean, tactically, Ole got it is in spot on. Again, that's the only game. That's the only game where you could start Daniel James because
And your team.
we all. I mean, we all know Leeds. They play open. They play open. They push up. They press. So that's going to leave a lot of space in behind. And Daniel James, man, that game worked perfectly for him. Because he got his goal. McTominay scored a brace. I think McTominay's not a CDM. McTominay's a box-to-box midfielder, man. He's not a CDM. That game proved that he was that game proved that he's a box-to-box because I mean, and you could see tactically what Ole did. They told McTominay to push forward because they knew that he was going to have space in the box. They told him to push forward. Normally, McTominay doesn't push forward. He doesn't go into the box. He sits. He sits with Fred. But that game was crazy. I think Fred played that game too. Fred was winning.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, but then Fred played. Man, Fred was winning. He was making tackles, winning the balls. He was. Man,
He was very good in that
it
game.
was nice. I think Fred could have got a goal right at the end too.
Yes.
But man, that was. I mean, that was just spectacular, man. That is in. Ole got it spot on, best performance, and again, that game played right into our hands because we always play well against teams that press on us, that will push up against us and leave space behind. Obviously, we got the speed by speed of James, Rashford, Martial, and Martial had a good game too. He had an assist, or was it 2 assists? I think. Only thing he didn't score, but he did play well in my book. Yeah, superb performance, man. Only got a spot on, man. Tactically was on point.
Sammy, Man United 6, Leeds 2.
Yeah,
we were jumping that day. I remember we were like,
man, that was a game. It was a treat for the sore eyes, man. It was just really
Good vibes.
everything was spot on. Everything was spot on. And again, I mean, I'm not gonna add more to that because obviously Ole was tactically spot on that day. He gave a lot of flexibility to McTominay and it literally helped him to boss around the midfield. I didn't say when was the last time McTominay would like play this kind of box-to-box role in his entire career. And Fred also did a great job. He could have scored goal, as Ben said. He's exactly right. We could have scored maybe 10 to, we could have actually scored a 1 dozen goal. I mean, like, I won't be surprised if that would have happened. But again, it's like a little, downside is like we actually conceded 2 goals, but when both the teams are playing open play, you could have expected that, like it could be going in either way. So we could have, and I was totally satisfied with that game. After a long time, United kind of played that attacking football, which was kind of, we couldn't play it because every time we got bottled when against team kind of packed their defense. They played like parking the bus situation when our strikers won't be able to penetrate in the penalty box area. So Leeds was totally played in a different way. So thanks to them also for letting us play the way we are, flexible to play. So in that case, I would definitely give my, Bielsa, I have huge respect for him to not to change his tactics and play his own way, and that's kind of literally helped us to gain some confidence, which we all know that helped us in the later weeks. So obviously, if I don't know what will happen in future in next few months, but that game could be a pivotal game for this season. That's kind of my opinion. So the way we played against Leeds, maybe that would. It's not about from the tactical standpoint because we know why we scored 6 goals because they played open and we are pretty good because we have fast players. But it's from the mindset and the mentality perspective that gives us that kind of mindset that we could score 6 goals. It's not about like we can always like consider 6 goals, which happened to Spurs. So it seems like that kind of game we needed to break that that dilemma or the jinx or whatever that thing happened at the beginning of the season when we lost to Spurs. So we really needed that spark, and the Leeds game provided us. So hopefully this game would be a pivotal one for rest of the season. Yeah, I mean, people would talk about this Leeds game if we definitely, win trophy or just go for a title challenge.
Okay. Our last game review, we're talking about Man United 2, Aston Villa 1. Dr. J, tell me what you thought about that game. It was a game that, what was your take on that game?
It was a close game. Aston Villa were very good with Jack Grealish creating.
I'm telling you, bro.
That guy's a pest, man. He was so hard. I think he's the most fouled. He's the most foul player in the Premier League. He was just like a rash, man. He was all over us. But at the end of the day, we came good. We had less possession in this game, and we got 2 goals. Up until the end, I was a bit apprehensive because
I think we were all
a couple of corners. Yeah, exactly. So so Martial scored our first goal. I was happy for him.
Yes.
That brought back his confidence.
A tight header.
Yeah, Bruno scored the penalty. I heard recently, what's your man's name? Jose making a comment that certain players score only penalties, but I'm not talking about Harry Kane.
That's
something along those lines.
Remember last season when everybody was talking about how Harry Kane scored nothing but penalties? That dude is such a freaking troll, man. Oh my God.
I know. It's mind games. That's his job. Yeah. That's what he likes. Jose likes to do a lot of mind games. But it was a good game, and I have noticed that these last 4 games we were alive, only kept to one tactics: 4-2-3-1, with Cavani or Martial as top striker. He did it the same thing when we played Everton. So he has. I think that might be his. That was another good game, exactly. So sometimes he plays Fred with McTominay. Sometimes he played Fred with McTominay in this game, I think, against Aston Villa. Yeah, so it was a good game.
And they played well.
We had a lot of chances. We would have put the game to bed early on.
Yes.
Early on, we would have put the game to bed. So we just made it hard for ourselves towards the end. But it was a good game. I enjoyed it.
Right. Joe, Man United 2, Aston Villa 1, first game of 2021. United won 2-1, and it gave the world can United do something this season? Tell me what you thought about that game.
Hey, once again, I like to compare where we are compared to where we've been. This was a game that was important in the sense that we needed it to tie up in points with Liverpool, where we would always have this issue where whenever we needed that one game to just get some separation from the other guys,
exactly.
Tired of this, we always fell short. And that was the thing about that winning mentality, our inability to just grind out games whenever we needed it, whenever it was most important. And that has happened twice within the last, few games.
We did it against Wolves in the last minute.
And Leicester.
Finally capitalized. And the Leicester one too. Yeah.
The Leicester one was a little disappointing because defensively, especially with the last goal, where Vardy was just between Bailly and Twan. No, it was Twanzebe. It was between Twanzebe.
It was his
ball cross into the box.
Yeah.
It was just but it was classic Vardy.
2 chances, 1 goal.
But you know that was going out. He took a deflection off Twanzebe to bring it back in.
That's why. That's why that goal was on Twanzebe because it took deflection on his feet.
Oh, it's so painful. That was painful.
Yeah.
That was because that was another game where if we had taken care of it, because we were in the lead. That was a game where we were in the lead late in the game too.
We had that game was in the back.
Game was in the bag. Yeah, we were but then
we would have been on top now.
Yes, but with this game, we pulled through. It would have sucked if that last goal came in, considering Pogba should have held the ball a little bit longer. And it almost cost us. Pogba should have held the ball instead of trying to score on the other end. But okay, so you got away with that one. But yeah, we were able to hold on, and King Bailly did his thing, man. It was really good. Yeah,
you see the celebration at the end with the players.
Oh yeah, because they know.
Bams, Man United 2, Aston Villa 1, first goal, first game. in 2021?
Now, so I got some food in my mouth, but yeah, that was a very good performance. This was just what, 2 days ago.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, if you ask me, I think I mean that was a good performance. Formation wise, all they got it good. Pogba was Pogba. Pogba was
Pogba was on
immense,
point.
man.
Man,
Oof.
Pogba.
That guy was on point.
Oof.
He was on point. Pogba,
Oof.
if it wasn't, I mean, Pogba was pretty much, for me, it was Pogba and Bailly for man of the match for that game, man. They played. Pogba he was involved in both goals. If you remember, there was before he won the penalty, there was a period where Shaw was fouled in the box. Shaw didn't go down, and Pogba was telling Shaw, "You should go down, go down.
It
You
should
get
have
fouled,
gone
go
down.
down
Yeah,
in
I
the
saw
box."
that.
And then a few minutes later, Pogba goes down the box and wins the penalty. So that was, and then Bruno, ice cold veins, man. That guy, you put him under
He
pressure,
didn't
he can take
smile. He looked like he
anything,
was
man.
not
Yeah,
happy.
And it's
Man,
against
he
Marinate, who
because
is
just,
he was
one of
taking
the
off.
best
man,
goalkeeper.
He was
because
taking off for Daniel
whether,
James.
because whether you like it or not, that is a pressure. That position that Bruno was in to score that penalty, that's not an easy position, because you know where you're in the league. If you know you win this game, you go joint first with Liverpool. I mean Bruno's superb too. And then Bailly, man. Bailly, I just wish
Yeah,
Bailly can stay fit.
stay fit.
Bailly offers a difference in that defense. Because of Bailly, the whole team can push forward, and we don't have to sit too deep, because Bailly's got that
Recovery speed.
speed, that recovery speed. I mean, that last block from Bailly, and because at that, I mean, the game's over.
Yeah.
Bailly doesn't block that shot, that
Yeah.
game
It's
Game's
done.
over.
It's
2-2.
equalizer. 2-2.
And the crazy thing,
Equalize.
it was
And
two
then,
blocks too, because he made the first
yeah.
block. They got the ball back. They were coming back in, across back in, and he cleared it
Yep.
again. Two
Yes,
blocks.
Yeah, you
yeah,
played
yeah,
again. It
yeah.
was a superb performance by Bailly. And I think, like, substitution wise, I think Ole got substitution spot on. He took McTominay off for Matic. McTominay wasn't playing too well.
No,
A lot
McTominay
of
has a
missed
nightmare.
passes. He had a nightmare, and I think Matic came, even though Matic didn't really,
No, Max was
Matic
even
wasn't lights
losing the
out,
ball as well.
but yeah, he was losing the ball as well. But
Yeah, it was.
Matic was disrupting. If you notice, he was
Yeah.
disrupting Grealish a lot, because
Yeah,
Grealish was getting, like, Grealish was
Everywhere.
obviously Grealish. He was everywhere.
yeah.
But
Like a
Matic
rat,
We need
was
a,
man.
we need
That
a
all
guy.
bad
over
Grealish,
Grealish.
man.
He
We need
was
a
all
bad
over
Grealish.
Grealish. So that worked. So the Matic substitution, that worked. And I don't know who came on again. I forgot who else came on, but I mean,
Tuangzebe came on.
Daniel James came
Zubika.
on, but
yeah,
Daniel
James
James
and
kept
Tuangzebe.
losing the ball.
yeah, Daniel James, and I think he took up Martial. Well, no, he took up
No, he
Bruno.
took off Bruno.
No, he
Bruno, he
took up
took off
Bruno
Bruno.
for,
Took off
yeah.
Bruno.
Bruno was angry.
I wasn't
Bruno.
that substitute. Yeah, taking out Bruno in a position like that where you need ballers that's gonna hold the ball up. That's not gonna let. I'm not gonna. Is in putting Daniel James wasn't the right decision in my
Yeah,
book. If he was gonna take Bruno off, put in Van de Beek. Van de Beek will
exactly.
hold the ball.
Yeah.
So that was I think that was the only mistake. That was the only thing that Ole did in that game that I didn't like.
And you could
Everything
see,
else he
you
did
could see
good.
Bruno's. Yeah,
Yeah, you can see Bruno's
when he was
face when he
taking
was
off.
coming on.
He was
coming
angry.
off. Yeah, he was
He
pissed.
was
He was
really
angry
angry.
because yeah, he was like, "Why the hell you taking me off? We need to win this game. I need to be in
Exactly.
the pitch. You're bringing on Daniel
But
James,
then
and Daniel James
when
went on
you
him.
know Bruno is a team player, sorry, it's
Mhm.
when at the end of the whistle, he rallies the troop, he grips Bay and he's celebrating as if,
Yeah.
that is a title winning point. That might be a title.
Oh,
You
Yeah,
never know.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, big time, man.
Oh man.
I mean, again, that was a good performance. First day of the year, joints up with Liverpool. Well, now, as they say we're in a title race. I guess we are technically
It
on the
sounds
table,
strange,
but
right?
I mean, we're
I
gonna.
mean, come on.
It's strange.
What do you mean
Technically,
Come
we are,
technically?
but
We are in the title
but
challenge.
but I guess we have to see how it goes. If
Well, I
you ask me,
guess.
Let's not get carried away.
I think,
Let's not
I
get
think,
carried
No,
away.
I think, yeah, I'm not getting carried away, and I would advise everyone else in this call, don't get carried away, because
Don't get
nobody
we
carried
can
away,
says
easily
man.
that.
lose this
No,
easy,
but
because
you can't even just state what is
no,
actually a
no,
fact.
yeah, no. The fact is, yes, we're joint top, but again, there's a lot more
Good
games to
season.
play. We still got the top 6 teams to play.
Liverpool. We got to play Liverpool twice. If we beat Liverpool,
In 2 weeks' time.
Liverpool in 2 weeks' time,
January
I mean,
17th.
then we can say, yeah, we're trying to do something, but that's not a guarantee either. For us to win, for us to really, really, really push for this title, we got to beat Liverpool, we got to beat City, we got to beat Chelsea, and we got to beat Spurs. We beat all those teams at least one win, and maybe a draw on the second game because we still got to play most of these teams like home and away. But I mean, it's still a long season. And then we have the Europa League games to play, and those games are being played on Thursday. That's gonna mess up our like rest time because we play on Thursday and then we gotta play
Sunday.
Sunday. Man, that's gonna be terrible. So that schedule is gonna affect us big time. But we're top of the league, joint top with Liverpool. I'm happy, man. Happy days.
Sammy, Man United 2, Aston Villa 1, first game of the new year.
Oh man, that's a totally Pogba and Bailly show. Again, I mean, you can see my background, and I put this Eric Bailly's picture. That was a crucial save at the dying moment. Bro. If that would not happen, then I guess we won't be the joint topper at this moment. We won't be called about like we are still in title challenge. So again, we could have choked like scoring the goal at the dying moment, which we always do. So it's all on Eric Bailly and Pogba. He impressed, one of the best games he had in the season.
Yeah.
So he literally like played like box to box, the perfect role he should have played, which we have been waiting to see from Pogba for a long time. And literally he proved his point. But I'm not going to take credit away from Bruno. I know Pogba kind of overshadowed him in the midfield area throughout the game, but Bruno did what he's supposed to do at the right moment to scoring from the penalty spot. Because we need to understand he was up against Martinez, who is one of the best goalkeepers against penalty takers. And that penalty shot, oh my God, no goalkeeper in the world could save it. So that was a really good goal under pressure. He really had a cool head on his head and on that in the day. But again, from a coaching perspective, the strategy perspective, already did everything spot on. Only one thing which I guess Ben's already mentioned, taking Bruno off and putting James in. I don't understand why it is, because there is no way James could have capitalized on Aston Villa, because Aston Villa was playing really packed. Their defense midfield was pretty packed, and there is no room for James to just hit and run and make any open space. So rather than that, I guess they should have put Van de Beek, which I really believe that Van de Beek should have been there in that Aston Villa game, because that dude literally he needs to play. Okay, so I don't know when Ole will give him chance, but Van de Beek, I won't be surprised if he starts in the City game. The Carabao Cup semi-final games coming up, but that dude really has to play, because that's the only thing Ole needs to figure out very soon. Otherwise, we're gonna just waste money on him. So other than that, it was a really good game, good defensive display. We kind of hold on to our lead, and it's a very crucial game. Every players are totally most of the games I would say the defense did a really good job. I won't gonna say much about it. I'm gonna preaching to the choir, because he's someone kind of a defender with a mindset who can put his body on the line. We need that kind of player, a player who actually has a mentality like Vidic, like Rio Ferdinand. Okay, that kind of player we are missing. So Eric Bailly is the answer. Fingers crossed. Hopefully he won't be injured. If he stays fit, we'll definitely count on him, and our defense should be strengthened enough that we can go for a Titan challenge. Because at the end, strikers will win us the game, but defense will win us the trophy. So we can't forget that. So Eric Bailly, our answer. But that doesn't mean that we still need a center back. We still need a center back, and Harry Maguire need to work on his spot jump, because he's terrible against some of the spot jumps, and that's why we are conceding from corner kicks and set pieces. So, but overall, again, we're gonna keep aside all those flaws. It was a good game. We are now joint toppers, so move on to the next game. And I'm focusing on tomorrow's Liverpool game. I hope they're gonna lose points against Saints, so we will win against Burnley and go on top. But let's see. I'm gonna actually keep an eye on tomorrow's game.
All right. Okay.
Sorry, but Bailly's gonna get injured
Aston
there.
Villa 1.
Just a disclaimer.
Yeah, that was a great game. I was nervous because obviously Grealish, we know what he did last time, where he scored in the top corner. So for me, it was a very good game. I think Ollie got the tactics spot on. It was good to see Pogba play in his best position. When he was at Juventus on the wide left, that was his position, where he doesn't have to think about being in the double pivot, going backwards. He can just create, go forward, and he's almost got a free roll with Bruno interlinking. So for me, it was positive to see him there. And yeah, Pogba ran the game. Bailly was amazing. Even there was a chance Wan-Bissaka, he cleared it off the guy's head. I think it was El Ghazi at the back post. De Gea made some great saves. So for me, it was having Bailly in that team. It's infectious for the other players. They feel like he's putting his body on the line. I need to step up as well.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
even Maguire, I thought Maguire had a good game.
Yeah,
Playing
I
them
thought
two
he did
together.
well.
And also one thing, they actually switched position. Maguire actually played right center half, which is not in the usual position.
Yeah,
It's because
definitely.
of Bailly.
Yeah, definitely. And then, yeah, Marshall getting a proper striker's goal.
Maguire played left center half. He didn't play right. Bailly played right. Bailly played right center half, and Maguire played left.
For the Villa game, he played right center half.
No. Bailly,
Yep,
no. Maguire played left.
Right.
Bailly played right.
Yeah,
Bailly played right, man. Bailly played right, man.
Bailly definitely played right. Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
maybe then I mistaken it. Yeah, I saw it on the flip side. Yeah.
Now that
the only thing I'd say in that game,
Yeah.
like one of the other guys was saying, bringing Dan James on in the 87th minute for Bruno, for me, it's pointless.
It was.
Like 87 minutes. Like, it's not like Bruno's injured. If you're going to bring someone on, I'd rather see a Mata or Greenwood, someone that can hold the ball, look
and he
after
lost
it,
the ball more.
Yeah,
The thing with me with Daniel James is when he needs to run into space, he runs towards a man.
Exactly.
And when he needs to run towards a man, he runs into space.
Yo, I mean, I don't understand that whole, like, he just literally is a magnet towards the defense. Like, he went straight into him because I don't know if he's expecting contact.
You remember, there was that chance.
Like,
he had the ball.
Yeah,
And
James.
Marcel was
had
in
the
between
ball.
two. Instead of going straight, he decided to cut in and ran into the defenders.
Well,
And then we
if
lost
you
the ball.
remember,
I'll tell you guys.
That's why James.
He runs like a headless chicken.
Yeah.
I made a comment right after the game. Like James could have made a better career in athletics than football because he's really good. He's a good of a sprinter than a footballer.
For me, with Daniel James, he just needs to get a coach that says keep it simple. He tries too hard. Get the ball, run into space, get crosses in. When you've built up your confidence and things are going well, then try and take people on.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Valencia used to do, just run, get the ball in. I'd rather him do that than lose the ball all the time.
Actually, in that position, if Ole really wanted to sub Bruno, Mata would be a better choice than James.
That would have been better. It was more composed.
Mata or Van de Beek. Van de Beek would have been a good substitution.
Van de Beek would always be a better choice.
Jesse fucking Lingard would have been a better choice.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
No joke.
That's
No
true.
joke. Seriously. Jesse
Yeah.
Lingard would have been a better choice.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So we
I don't know
covered
what
the Villa game, which was a very great game. It gave United the belief. I mean, prior to that game, we played Wolves, which was a sea of game, a wall that we could not break to the 93rd minute. I remember that game whereby I literally thought it's going to end 0-0 because Wolves sat back, tried to counter us. The girl made 5 or 4 good saves, which Wolves played well. Wolves played to the letter. Traore was causing problems for United throughout that game.
He always did.
Same thing in Villa game. Grealish was everywhere, left, right. Everything went through Grealish. You know, he was controlling the whole game. So United against Villa, I thought they as much as United played well, if you realize the goal Villa scored, it was a free kick that Wan-Bissaka was trying to block. The guy still passed the ball quickly.
But somebody should have dropped into right back there because people were playing with.
You frozen.
Frozen.
Wan-Bissaka was stood over the. Still in. For me, it was people like, it's Wan-Bissaka. I was like, Wan-Bissaka stood in the wall.
I mean, that's the thing. Nobody was alert. It's like nobody was alert in the defense, and they just capitalized on that.
No, I think there were 2 players standing off the ball. So Wan-Bissaka would have dropped to his position. Exactly, he would have dropped into his position.
Over the wall.
Exactly. So Wan-Bissaka drop into your position. Leave Bruno there. I switched off, and the Villa players were very smart.
But
yeah,
even
that
the
goal was on
cross,
Wan-Bissaka.
even the cross,
Yeah.
that guy was by himself. By
He left the
himself.
totally right flank open. He
Yeah,
left the right flank open.
that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, I think that goal was on that goal was definitely on Wan-Bissaka. He wasn't in his position.
He
It's
should
in
stay in his
Grealish was
position.
wide
Don't
open.
forget about.
Yeah. That started from Wan-Bissaka, man. That's
I mean,
that's my
he
take.
wanted to block that where Bruno is already there, right in front of the ball. But he literally,
Exactly, Bruno is
when
already
he
there.
realized that he had to go back, it already went
Was
late.
too
The
late.
ball was already like.
Yeah.
It was too late.
So now that United are joint top with a game in hand, the game in hand is next week against Burnley away. Next week, not this week, the following week, we got Burnley. Then the weekend is Liverpool. Can United beat Burnley away? That's that game in hand. The game in hand we've all been saying, game in hand, is against Burnley. Can we beat Burnley? What's your prediction against the Burnley game? Because we'll come back to the City game.
Well,
Dr. J.
okay.
Okay. It's tough more, as we know, it's not an easy place to go to.
Nope.
When you play Sean Dyche's team, their job is, I think he's the new Tony Pulis in the league.
Yeah, just
They just
big
sit
defenders.
back. Yes, they just sit back, absorb the pressure, and then catch you on the break. So it's going to be a tough game. It's a winnable game. It is a winnable game. I think what we have going for us as well, I think a lot of their players, even though this is not fair, are down with COVID. So they will be recovering. Some of them will be recovering. So they might not have a very strong first 11, so to speak. So it's a winnable game, and we need to win that game, basically. It's a must-win game for us.
Right. Joe, Man United Burnley in a week's time against, that's the game in hand. It is the game in hand. We've all been saying we have a game in hand. Can United beat Burnley away?
Yeah, of course. Like the fact that we're even asking that question, it's all about mental. If we lose that game, it's not about ability, it's not about tactics, it's about mental. The team has to like stamp that game down. It sucks that we have the kind of squad that we have to wonder. I've never counted the Burnley game personally. I don't even count the game because I know the team has that ability to but mentally I've seen them a lot stronger over the last, let's say, month. So now I have an expectation of them winning that game. There's no reason why we shouldn't win that game at all. Even like we don't even need to have our full strength squad to win that game. Pogba can come off the bench. Bruno can start. We can have Donny van der Beek in there. I mean, we can play Green. Like we have a lot of options, and we don't necessarily have to start our strongest team. I don't fear Burnley, and it is what it is. Yeah.
Well, if you ask me, I think this game is going to be a tricky game.
It will
I agree
be.
with Dr.
Yes.
J.
It's not. Bems, talk
yeah.
to me.
Yeah. It's not going to be an easy game. Ole is going to have to get his tactics right. It's not going to be an easy win. It's going to be tough
Scrappy.
because it's going to be a scrappy win because Burnley, they're tall. Burnley, they play a lot of long balls.
Set pieces.
Yeah.
Now, in set pieces, are we that good with set pieces? Do we defend well on set pieces? I don't think we defend well on set pieces. So that's one big reason. That's one way why I think this game is going to be hard. Burnley, they're physical. So Ole is going to need to play his big midfielders. McTominay, Matic, Pogba, them big boys going to have to play to match up physically and height. Because he's going to need height for all those set pieces to be able to defend the set pieces. It's not going to be a smash and win. No, it's not going to be that. I think, yes, we can win, but if you ask me, I think the fact that Cavani is not playing this game is gonna. I think we're gonna miss Cavani in this game.
He returns.
He's gonna
play. He's gonna play.
He does.
He's gonna play.
Yeah, he returns.
He will return.
That's good.
He will return.
Okay, that's good. If he plays, then we have a chance. I would start Cavani up top, Martial on the left, Rashford on the right, and then the midfield. Pogba's got to play. McTominay, I would play McTominay too as well. And then Matic or Fred. I mean, the thing about Fred is tenacious. He's always gonna win you the ball. But I think that game is all about being physical, and then the height with those set pieces. Because they loop those long balls all day, man. And if you don't, and also they're good at winning those second balls too. So if you're not winning the second balls, then it's gonna be tough. So I'll say my prediction: we probably nick it 1-0 or 2-1, or at worst, it will be a draw. It's not going to be an easy
So
win.
are you leaving out Bruno?
Oh, sorry. My bad. Bruno's got to play. Sorry, I left Bruno out. Bruno's got to play.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Bruno's
Dude,
got to play.
you can't,
So,
you can't,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can't,
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bruno out.
Can't leave
Bruno.
out Bruno,
Okay, so
man.
Bruno on the 10, and then Pogba and Matic.
Matic.
Pogba and
Yeah.
Matic. Yeah, Pogba and Matic
Okay.
behind Bruno. Yeah,
All right.
that's my. Yeah.
Okay. The game in hand, the famous game in hand, away to Burnley 4 days before we go to Anfield.
It's like the guys are saying, it's going to be a tough one. Like, I think we've got a game every 3 days up until then, and then we've got 4 days. So for me, Burnley is always a tough game. Up there, it's been snowing, so it's going to be colder. It's going to be who's up for it, who starts well. Like, is it what's his name? Is it Bez?
Like going to Stoke City.
Yeah, I think, like you said, Cavani has to start up front. For me, I'd play the exact same team. I wouldn't play Matic in this team. I'd bring Matic on. I'd play the same team. I'd either put Rashford on the bench or Martial on the bench and have Cavani on top. I'd play Pogba wide left again, just so that it gives them something to think about. If we play like our normal way, all they're going to do is bypass the midfield. And like the others are saying, they're a set-piece team. In the last 6-7 games, I think they've only conceded 1 goal. The last team to beat them was Man City, and they put 3 past them. But for me, it's going to be tactical.
Who, Burnley?
Yeah, they haven't lost.
Yeah.
They haven't lost.
Yeah.
They lost to
conceded more
Leeds.
than one
They
goal.
lost to Leeds. They lost to
They
Leeds
lost
2
to
games ago.
Leeds.
No, but they haven't
1-0.
conceded more than 1 goal for about
Yeah, that's
7
yeah.
games.
Concede goals. Yeah.
I think Man
I
City was
agree.
the last team to beat them like 3-0 or so.
Man
Okay.
City, yeah, it was.
Sammy, Man United Burnley game in hand is coming up next week.
Yeah, I think it will be a very physical game, to be honest with you. The good thing is that before that, we actually have a Watford game.
We have
so
Watford on the
definitely-
weekend, Burnley
yes,
the week,
so
the midweek, Liverpool the
yes.
weekend.
Exactly. So the Watford game would be like, Ole could rotate his players. He can try all his tactics in the Watford game. Hopefully, he will start with Van de Beek because I want Bruno to be on the field for the entire 90 minutes for the Burnley game, if we have any chance. And obviously, Bruno and Pogba has to be its best because it will be a very physical game. And I'm going to reiterate as others said. And we have to consider it as the game we played against Southampton because even the Saints also dealt with a lot of crosses and set pieces, and they literally we struggled. If it wasn't Cavani, we wouldn't be able to win that game against Southampton.
Yep.
So I guess we gotta actually treat that this Burnley game almost the same manner, and that's why it's very crucial to have Cavani there. So we have that physical appearance in the penalty box, and we can deal with some passes. And somehow I feel like we should start with Tellers instead of Luke Shaw, because the reason I'm saying because Tellers is more agile. He could actually go box to box. He could make those beautiful crosses. If Cavani would be there, I think we should go with Tellers so Cavani could capitalize on the cross. Those beautiful crosses. He make it to the penalty box because it will be a very physical game. And at the end, I don't think so. We shouldn't have started with Lindelof. Bailly and Maguire should be our ideal scenario. Fingers crossed, Bailey won't get injured before that. But it will be a very hard-fought game, and I'm gonna go with 2-1, and that 2-1 will be like a very hard-fought 2-1 because I don't know we're gonna capitalize on I don't know we're gonna go 1-0 down and then come back, but it will be a very tough game. So we shouldn't. So given Burnley's current table position, we should not get carried away. We should not consider them as a small team because that his coach, he's really doing a marvel at this moment. So we should watch out and play that game tactfully. And hopefully Liverpool will drop points tomorrow. So we will go on top after beating Burnley.
Okay. Now we have Carabao Cup semi-final on Wednesday against the noisy neighbors Manchester City. City going for the 5th Carling League Cup win in a row. Can United revenge last season's semi-final defeat to them? Joe, take us to the Carabao Cup semi-final.
I mean, I felt a lot better about that game when I woke up this morning than after watching what City did to Chelsea today. I still think they can be had defensively. I believe we're stronger than them. Um, it's going to have to be tactics. I feel like Pep Guardiola did things to his formation today that clearly Frank Lampard was just not prepared for at all. He
Yes.
never thought that he was going to have Kevin De Bruyne playing up top.
Yeah.
Jesus didn't start the game. I mean, like that's the kind of X factor. That's the thing that might definitely tip things onto City side. But that said, I feel like we're a better team. Uh, like as far as momentum right now, and even conceding a goal with City, I don't think necessarily is going to be a. We just got to be able to not be scared of them and just get at them, because they're still shaky in the back. And
Oh
I
yeah,
think
Chelsea
we
didn't
can
really
win that game.
test them. Chelsea
They
were
didn't test
poor.
them. They were very poor. They gave up the ball a lot.
Too much.
They just weren't. They just weren't on it. And you got to be on it with your possessions. You got to make everything count. Make the most out of your possessions if you're going to be playing Manchester City, because they're going to make you pay as soon as they rush to get the ball back, and as soon as they get the ball, boom, 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 boom. That's how they play. But I think we can get them.
Okay. Okay. Man City, Man United semi-final Carabao Cup.
Like some of the other guys are saying, obviously the last game in the league against them, it was a score, well, it was 0-0.
0-0 Old Trafford.
The last game I went to, we beat them 2-0 at Old Trafford when Marshall scored and McTominay, so that was a great win. Everyone was getting excited, but I've always said when we play City, it's always counter-attacking. We never dominate. We always give up possession. The good thing about this game is it's a one-off game. It's not like last year where it was two legs.
Yes.
It's a one-off game. We go for it. And I think Cavani is crucial in a game like this. They've got players like Walker with COVID and the other guys.
No, Cavani misses this game. Cavani misses this game.
I thought he only missed the Villa game. Oh yeah, he misses two cup games. Yeah. He misses two cup games and one league game. Yeah, you're right. Oh.
No.
Yeah, so Cavani's out of this game.
Yeah, oh.
Yeah.
You know what? I think he's got to not make the same mistake he made last year in the semi-final against Chelsea in the FA Cup. Pick the right team. Don't go five at the back, and go for them. And if we go for them, I think we'll be
we shouldn't
right.
change formation. We should keep the same the way we ended.
Ollie's got a go-to five at the back that he likes to do now and again. He did it against Leipzig. Hopefully, it's a cup competition. Go for it. There's no point trying to defend and nick a goal. Go for it or go home, basically, for me. So I think he needs to go for it and then rest. And then the next game is Watford. Rotate the team, rest the players for the Liverpool game. So I think he just needs to go for it.
All right. Sammy, Man United, Man City.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally, just on to keep the same formation, start with the same team. Again, I don't think that, hopefully everybody will stay positive, fit, and we can start with Bailly and Maguire and other four at the defensive lineup. But yeah, I feel like this game would be more of again a counter-attacking display on our end. Well, obviously, the City will dominate the midfield, and again, the way they played against Chelsea, we knew that they are totally all over them. And first, 30 minutes, they kind of scored those 3 goals, and obviously the game was ended by then. But I feel like I still feel more confident for the way we played in the Villa game defensively. Hopefully, we'll be able to tackle that. And Cavani's miss is obviously a crucial point, but that's not the end of the world. We still have to push forward. We have to think about that. This is a cup game, but again, we need to win a trophy. Again, I feel like it's all about the mindset, the mentality. The league game we played against City, it was like a dull game. We had a 0-0, a draw. It was, I don't think so. Most of the players were not motivated. So hopefully after this Villa game, players will be extra charged, and Ole has to understand, okay, the all this thing banter about him, Norwegian PE teacher and everything, he can shut those mouth and he can shut them off by winning a trophy, because he needs to understand also. I think he understands that the reason people question his tactics and strategy most of the time, because he does not have the pedigree. So this is his moment that he has to win trophy and prove his point that he is also a manager who is capable of winning trophy for somebody, for a team like United. So that's why I think it's very crucial, and hopefully he doesn't make any changes. Hopefully he does not consider this cup game as a like a secondary priority. It should be his primary game to just win it and go for the final. And it doesn't matter whom we play as Spurs or the other team, but we have to win this trophy for sure. That's period for him. So he has to win this trophy. Hopefully he will be able to instill that mindset into players' head, and hopefully we will have a good game, and hopefully we'll win. It doesn't matter the score line. We just have to win this game.
Dr. J, Man United, Man City, Carabao Cup semi-finals.
Yeah, it's a game. It's a game we can win. That's for sure. I don't think I don't think we'll give them spaces like Chelsea did. They had too much freedom today. The Chelsea players did not turn up. That's the truth. We saw Mount admiring Gundogan's ass for the first goal. I mean, put a tackle in, do something, foul him, just do something. So they won't be getting the kind of spaces they got today for sure. And it's a game we can win. And as the other lad said, we must not go to a back five. We must not be negative in this game. We have to, take the game by the scruff of the neck and go for it.
Yeah.
We can beat City for sure, because we have a spring in our steps now. I think the team has its mojo back. What I've observed as well is, since Alex Ferguson left United in 2013, was it?
Yes.
Yes.
There's only 2 times we have ever looked like the old United. The last few weeks or the last couple of games, and then when Ole just took over. Remember when Ferdinand was screaming, give him the contract, sign him in. These are the only 2 times.
Ole is at the wheel.
These are the only 2 times we have played like the old United, and man, we have a spring in our steps. It's a game we can win.
Now, there was another time. Do you not remember when Mourinho, he kept winning 4-0? That was another time.
I wanted to mention that. Yeah. And again, because I don't like Mourinho, I don't want to give him credit when it's real. Yeah, obviously, that was the time.
Marino's was fake. He will go back to his old ways. He'll pass the ball. Marino will pass the ball, whether you like it or not.
I mean, he still won as a treble, like back in 2017, I guess, right? We won like Carabao Cup, then FA Cup, and Europa. So,
Cup.
That was one of those
performances.
Yeah, but anyway,
Bams,
we moved on from there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a game that we can win. However, I would be a little bit cautious too in this game. Just City, they have a lot of intelligent players on their team. And I think, we have a lot of intelligent players on the team. So I want us to go for it, but I don't want us to like go all the like. We can go for it, but be cautious.
Go all out.
And I won't say go all out, because if you press too high against City will kill you. They'll destroy you. They got speed. They got De Bruyne. I mean, they got players that will hurt you, just like what it did to Chelsea. So even though we have a better defense, I still think that we got to be a little bit cautious. I would play Shaw at left back, not Telles. Give us more defensive stability, a little bit more. Obviously, Maguire and Bailly and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Pretty much the team that played against Villa, and I think, and then Pogba should play on that left flank position. I think he did well there too. But I mean, we got to be cautious. Bruno's got to play, obviously, of course. Fred's got to play.
Remember, I think it was only 90 minutes, and then it's penalties, and I don't trust us with penalties.
Exactly. But it's a game of 2 halves, so it's the way Ole sets up the team. I don't want us to go all the way out, and then because if we go all the way out and we concede 2 goals, that's it. We're done. We're not coming back from 2 goals. Is in my opinion, because I look at the players. I look at the players we got. I look at the players that City got. City. Looking at the way they play today, that team. I mean, and look.
But you got to say Chelsea was really poor. Chelsea was.
I do agree. Chelsea.
They had both Abraham and Giroud on the bench the whole time.
We have a better defense than Chelsea. I do agree with that. We will play better against City than what Chelsea did. No doubt about that.
but you have to be careful. You don't leave the spaces in behind. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Bailly's got to play.
Bailly's gotta
I
play.
mean, yeah, and then who else? Yeah, as I said, Pogba's got to play.
Maguire, Pogba, Fred.
Pogba's got to play. Fred's got to play.
Wan-Bissaka's got to play
If
because
you-
he's gonna shut down Sterling.
Oh yeah. Wan-Bissaka's
Yeah.
got to play. If
But
you
gotta
ask
remember,
me,
Ollie's
I
got
would
Pep's
play.
number.
I would
Ollie's
play.
got Pep's number.
Yes, he does. But he's always had Pep's number, just like he's always had Lampard's number until we messed up in the FA Cup. You remember? Almost
that's
every
when
game,
he went defensive.
yeah. Just like the way Ole knew how to beat Lampard, he knows how to beat Pep. But until we lost against Lampard, we're like, okay, what the hell is going on with Ole?
Yeah, but that's because he played five at the
That's
back.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, not playing five at the back. Nah, take that
That's
five
what
at the back
I'm saying.
shit away. Yeah, no. Take away five at the back. There's got to be four at the back. Bailly, Maguire, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Shaw. Midfield, I would play Fred for sure. My opinion, I would play Fred and Van der Beek.
Nah.
Then I would play.
No, Van der Beek won't start.
But somebody has to play in that game, bro.
No.
This is
Ole won't take the
man.
chance to play Van der Beek.
Again. This is my opinion. Again, this
I
is
have
my
not
opinion.
seen enough
This is
from
what
Van der Beek to
yeah.
start this game.
This is I'm sorry, but Van der Beek is better than Fred. He's better than McTominay.
Yes, but have you seen that? Have you seen him? Have you seen him play better than Fred and McTominay this season?
Yeah.
On form.
Yeah.
He got his chances against RB.
I'm just going by who's on form. And on form, you gotta have McTominay and Fred on that game.
Who's more intelligent, Van der Beek or Fred?
I did not say that.
No.
I didn't say who's more intelligent.
No.
Who's more on form? Intelligence
The
means
reason
nothing
why
else.
he's on form. The reason why Fred's on form because Ole plays Fred every single game. He doesn't play Van der Beek.
Okay,
Why the hell do you buy Van der Beek and don't play?
Okay, so you admit that. So you admit that
Van der Beek is a better player, hands down.
I
know
understand,
that.
but
We know
you're saying that.
We know that. What they're saying, Bems, is on current form, Fred is more tested.
Van der Beek has not been playing though.
And
He's not been playing. Ole don't give him no game time.
Okay, so then until he does get to play, and I see him play and be as impactful as Fred and McTominay, then I would like him to play and start these big games. Until I see that for this game,
McTominay was shit
Fred and
against Villa though. McTominay was shit against Villa.
Agreed.
So
Yes,
if you're
he
talking
was.
about current form,
McTominay
McTominay don't play this game.
Yeah,
If you're talking about current form, McTominay doesn't play.
But you gotta remember.
In fact, there's some more reason why McTominay needs to go to the bench because he was shit against Villa.
But
someone else needs to come into his place. It's simple as that.
So
McTominay played well against Leeds.
Bems is saying,
McTominay played well against Leeds. That's fine.
Van der Beek should come in.
Since then.
So Van der Beek should
in
come
my
in for
opinion,
McTominay.
Huh?
Van der Beek should come in for McTominay. Is that what you're saying?
In my opinion, yes.
What is McTominay's role though? What is McTominay's role?
McTominay is not a CDM.
No, but what is his role whenever he plays? Just answer the question. What is his role whenever he plays? What is his role on the team whenever he plays in that squad?
McTominay's role is to sit right there with Fred.
Okay, can Van der Beek do that better than McTominay?
No way.
Who?
Can Van der Beek do that better than McTominay?
No.
Van der Beek can pass better than McTominay?
No. Can
Van der Beek can hold? Oh, yes, he can. Yes.
He can do that better than McTominay.
Van der Beek can do that better than McTominay. Yes.
Van der Beek can't get around the pitch as much as McTominay.
Can't get around the pitch.
That's why he doesn't play, bro. That's why he doesn't play.
So what we're gonna do, we're going to see what Ole. I have a feeling Ole is going to go with Fred and McTominay to play safe.
Oh yes, that's correct.
Yeah,
that's correct. Fred and McTominay is very good.
I think he's going to use a formula that tried and tested.
Yeah.
I totally agree
with that. I totally agree with that. But
even though Van der Beek is a better footballer than McTominay and Fred, probably a more intelligent footballer, but for some reason he's not been given that consistent run of games.
Well, let me tell you guys. Okay, just hear me for 30 seconds. Just hear me for 30 seconds. The reason Van der Beek is not getting chance because Ole does not considering him as a replacement of Fred and McTominay. He's considering him as a replacement of Bruno, and Bruno is in the peak of his form. So that's why
I agree.
He can't give
I totally agree, but Ole is
that's why you can't. That's why you can't replace. That's why you can't
replace for doing that. See, Van der Beek is a box-to-box midfielder. He's not a 10. He's a box to box. He's an 8.
Yeah,
He did not play 10 in Ajax. He played 8 in Ajax. He did not play 10. You can go check. You go check the stats. He didn't play no 10. So if Ole is forcing Van der Beek to be a 10.
Yeah.
Bruno is our 10. If Bruno gets injured, what the hell happens?
Pogba or Van der Beek plays there.
Yeah. But you're not gonna get the same production in the 10 role if Bruno's not playing.
No, I hear you,
Right.
right? So that's why Van der Beek should
Right,
get to
right.
play time.
Am
so
I
he could
correct?
be an ideal replacement
I think
when
it
Am I
changes the way we play,
am I correct?
Yeah.
Am I
Yeah.
correct?
It changes the way we play.
Yeah, it changes
Every
the way
role
we
goes through.
it changes
We
the way
won't be,
we play.
we'll be playing 4-2-3-1
It
if
changed the way we
Bruno
play,
gets
but
injured.
okay, change the way we play, but have we played that different way without Bruno a lot this season? Yes or no?
Bruno's playing nearly every game, so he's not the chance
Okay.
to do it.
I totally agree. So, but again, he has to play Van der Beek. He has to play him.
Van
Because
der Beek will
I
play the
mean,
Watford
not this
game.
game.
He won't play in the
Yeah,
So
City.
let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
so
not
that's
gonna
why
play
let's
this game. He's not gonna play-
let's
okay.
see how he
He
plays
has to play
Watford.
Like,
He has
What
to
we're
play
gonna
like
do-
into
Babs,
form.
What we're gonna do?
I want Van der Beek to start, right? I
Right.
just don't want him to start this game because he hasn't played enough games for me to feel comfortable with him starting
Okay.
this game. If he started
Yeah.
this
Which
game,
is
that's
you make
only
a good
trying
point,
something
which is
new
a
that
good
he
point.
hasn't tried in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, now that for you, okay,
This is
for
not
you,
the game for
you,
that.
no, for you don't feel comfortable. For me, I feel comfortable. Matic,
Ole will
I'm
never
sorry.
do that.
For me,
Ole will never
for
do
me, I
that.
feel
Ole
comfortable.
will never do
I feel
that.
comfortable playing Van der Beek, man, because I have Fred there. And the last time we played, I forgot which game we played. The last time we played Fred and Van der Beek in that midfield 2, man, they play well together, man. I can't remember the game. Was it a Champions League game? Was it a league? I can't remember.
Is RB Leipzig?
I can't remember.
I guess Van der Beek and Bruno started. I think
It was a
Van der Beek and
game.
Bruno
It was a
started.
game. I forgot what game was that was, but it was a
Okay.
game where I don't think it was an RB Leipzig game
Okay,
because
Ben.
we played
This
Fred
is
and
what's going. This is what's going to happen.
Van der Beek.
We all know Ole is going to stick with who he is tried and tested. 99% he's going to play McTominay and
Yeah,
Fred
he's going to play
rather
McTominay,
than
obviously.
Fred and
Obviously.
Yeah.
Van der
Obviously,
Beek.
yeah.
He's probably
I
going to
agree,
bring
yeah.
Van der Beek in later on to show the game up or shut the game down or whatever. But I know against City, he's going to play his tried and tested team.
Oh, he's gonna play.
And
he's
you
gonna
got to
play Fred
remember,
McTominay for
McTominay's
sure.
from the
That's what
academy,
he's gonna
so
do.
he knows what it means to be a derby. So
To
he'll
play this
definitely
game.
So that's going to. So
Yeah, he
so
does.
now I'm going to ask you guys this. So this is our list of next games. We have City, Watford, Burnley, Liverpool. 2 league games, 2 cup games. In 60 seconds, are we winning all 4 games? Joe.
City, Watford, Burnley, Liverpool.
Yeah.
I say I'm gonna say we tie 2, we win 2. I don't know which one it is. I don't know if we're gonna win we can win both the Liverpool and
Then that means we're
Liverpool
tying
and
both the
City game,
league
but then
games.
tie the Watford and
That means we're tying
we're
both the
gonna
league
win
games.
2 and tie 2. That's it.
Well, the cup game has
Okay.
got to be a win or a loss, though.
Dr.
Yeah,
J.
man. So
can't
that
draw
means
in the
you're
cup
saying
game.
we are gonna
It's
draw
gonna go to
2
penalty.
league games.
Dr.
Yeah,
J.
It's gonna
we
be
are
a
not-
penalty. Yeah. You can't draw the cup game.
They are all tricky games. There are no easy games, as we know. But I think they are all winnable games. If we bring our
Very
A game,
winnable.
take our chances, they are winnable games.
Okay. Sammy.
I think, we still have prospect that we can win 4 games, but I'm gonna be like cautiously optimistic. So we're gonna win 3 games
Cautiously optimistic. I
and
like
one draw. And I'm actually keeping my fingers crossed that Saints will snatch points from Liverpool. So we will just win against Burnley and go on top, because I feel like Liverpool game will end as a draw. That's my prediction. So we'll win 2 cup games, game against Burnley, and we'll draw with Liverpool. That's my prediction.
Okay, so you're free draw, 3 wins, 1 draw.
Yep.
Okay. Kay.
Me, the Watford game is the only one that I know we can confidently win. The Liverpool and the Man City one all
we're gonna
depends
draw
on the lineup. The Burnley one, the minimum we'll get is a draw. But
Oh,
for
wow.
me, the
Wow.
Liverpool and the City one, it all depends on the personnel for me.
Right. Okay.
Especially
It's mindset, the mindset, right?
especially
Yeah.
the City one. I mean the Liverpool one, because we're at Anfield. We haven't beaten them for God
Oh,
knows
wow.
how long at Anfield.
I think it was under
crap,
Louis
though.
Van Gaal.
Yeah. So
Louis
it's been
Van
No
yeah,
Gaal.
with
crowd, though.
Yeah,
Mata.
yeah. It's been
Yeah,
a
with
while.
Mata.
It's
The
been a while.
bicycle
Yeah.
kid. Yeah.
Back in
But no crowd,
2015, I
though.
guess.
Bams.
No 12 men.
Yeah. No, but
But
they,
yeah,
oh, they're not fans
That's why
today
there's no
anymore.
home yet.
Say what?
yeah, okay.
Okay,
What?
what were you saying? Okay, what did you say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, even with like fans, Anfield, we don't do well there. We don't travel well there.
What do they have over there? Jazz now. What are you talking about? We got this. Right?
Okay.
We got
We
this.
will come.
Well,
The fans is what
Okay.
make Anfield.
Don't
Anfield,
forget, Joe,
right?
they are the defending champions. Don't forget that.
yeah. I don't.
Yo.
Again,
But they
I
don't
low
have
key
their prime
advise it.
defender, the guy who
You,
basically owns
you
the
gotta
the
remember,
championship.
Yeah,
what do
but
Robertson and Trent do? They get crosses in the box
A
for fun.
lot. A
yeah. I
lot.
mean,
They're like
you
they play
guys.
like Villa. They put a lot of balls
Well,
into the
Yeah,
box.
they carry on
okay,
crosses.
they can get as many
See,
crosses in the box as they want. If we got Bailly, right,
If
I
he's
think we're
still
going to be
fit.
fine. As long as
nah,
those
but
crosses
Bailly,
not coming at the end of
yeah, but
Lindelof,
Bailly can't
should be
defend
fine.
everything, man. Bailly can defend
No,
everything, man.
Maguire has
Bailly
to
is not
step up,
Luke
Salah.
man.
Shaw
Maguire.
and
Yeah.
Van der
guys,
Sar.
I
Luke
think
Shaw
Okay.
and Wan-Bissaka have to be on the A game.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you-
exactly what
Okay,
I
if
was
that's
gonna
the
say.
case, we
Don't
got to
let
make
the
sure those
crosses
crosses
in.
never come in.
guys,
Don't let the crosses come in. That's all you need to
guys,
do.
don't
That's all we need to
guys,
do.
don't get ahead of ourselves. Yes, we're joint top. We've been
Yeah,
winning
we're not
games,
there yet.
but don't get too confident, man. Don't get too confident. Look
Like Ben
at
said
team.
there,
Dude, I'm
Liverpool
I
impressed.
said
is
that
still a better
already.
team than
Nobody,
I
us.
said that already.
nobody's
Liverpool
getting
is still a
confident
better
yet.
team.
Everybody
you
is.
know what it
Nobody.
is? Like Ben
Liverpool is
said
still a better
there,
team.
when we're good, we're
We
very
said that
good. We go on a
already.
long run. When we lose a game, we drop off a cliff. That's
We
what I'm
drop
worried
off a
about with Man
cliff,
United.
man. We
Okay.
are a
So
confident
Bems,
team, man. Yeah,
Bems,
yeah.
out of the 4 games, what's your take?
Okay, Burnley is beatable. It's gonna be a scrappy win, so I'll put us winning that game. City, we can win that game too. It's not gonna be easy, so I'll put a win there too. Watford, I'll put a win there too, so that's 3 wins. Liverpool, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna have to put a draw. It's gonna be tough, man, to win that
Okay.
game.
It's gonna be
It's gonna
tough.
be
Yeah.
tough.
That's why it's not a
It's gonna
bad
be tough.
result.
Okay, which is not bad.
A draw
That's
at
not a
best.
bad
The
result.
last
No, I
question
mean,
now is
so that's
Gonna
why
be tough.
that's why I said that I hope the Liverpool will lose points tomorrow, so we can actually win against Burnley and go on top. So in
Okay.
that case, even if we draw against Liverpool, that won't impact us. We'll still be
Okay.
on top.
all right. This is the last question. You're gonna tell me what you think. If it's too early to think, Joe, are United in the title chase? Are they challenging for the title? Can United win this title?
Yeah, United can definitely win the title. All they have to do is stay healthy, and I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with the way Pogba's been playing, his new resurgence, because now it doesn't seem like we're necessarily 100% dependent on Bruno. If Pogba can come in and fill that same role, yes, and we still have Van der Beek. We have a lot of depth. I still would like to see that new kid come in, or whatever
Diallo?
that whole fiasco is coming in. But I
Diallo's not
think,
gonna be a first team player though. He's not gonna start off first team up top.
I
Just
think
so you
yeah,
know.
for
He's
sure.
not
He'll
gonna
probably
start.
spend a
He's
couple of
gonna
months
start
in.
with 20,
Yeah, he'll probably.
2023.
He's gonna take a
will
month.
start before him. Pellistri will come in before
Yeah.
him because
Pellistri
Pellistri
will
was
start
spent under
before it.
23.
Pellistri already play, yeah,
Yeah.
under 20. That,
Yeah, he'll
23.
definitely, but like we look like the stronger team moving forward as long as they stick with the COVID protocols and we're not running into issues like what cities happening right now, is not having their players from their first squad not being on the team because of
Protocols
quarantining
broken.
and shit. Say what?
Some protocols were broken. They broke
Oh,
COVID protocols.
They broke protocols. Yeah, that is something United is very strict about for last 10 months. We are very
They should have.
strict about COVID.
Oh, if they broke COVID protocols, then they should have forfeited the match. They should have those 3 points away from him. How is
Yeah,
that?
if
How is
if
that
Cavani would have got banned for
That's why you got a
posting something
25
which is
man
not
roster, man.
then they just
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't
exactly.
they
You know,
penalize
they're
Dr.
club.
J.
You would no. They
Dr.
should have been
J.
able to.
they should penalize them also.
Dr. J, are we in? Can United win the league title?
Yes and no. Yeah, it's true. It's true. If we keep up the form, if we keep up this form, if we take our chances, the team has found its mojo. That's for sure. We just need to keep grinding those results. The boys are turning up now. This is what I mean. get stuck in there. Show that you care about this thing. They're showing it now. They're showing it. They're playing for the badge. You can see it. You can see the dressing room is united. If they keep it up this way, it's very possible.
Okay.
Very possible.
Okay.
But if they don't, then that's it.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
hey,
Can United win the league title?
For me, we've only played 16 games. There's still another 22. It's way too early for me to say we're going to win the league. We've had no injuries. For me, I think we'll go close, but I don't think we can win it. We haven't got enough. And when we lose, I don't think we can bounce back like other teams. The thing with Liverpool, they've got about 6-7 injuries. They're drawing games, but they're not losing games. Whereas I think we have 1 or 2 players there. That's it. I don't think we can win it, personally.
Sammy, can United win the league title?
Well, I'll definitely put it in this way, okay? This is the first time we have had a better chance of winning the trophy since 2013. So obviously, I guess Ole and the players know that, and we could change we could see that there is a positive vibe going on among players. We have that mentality, the team building, the team spirit, and tempo is pretty high, and I hope it will uphill till the end of the season. And again, the players' injury concern will be there. Hopefully, with all due respect, Pogba and Van de Beek, hopefully they have to step up their game, but they won't be able to fill in Bruno's shoes. So we still need Bruno for the entire season. So hopefully that player, he keeps fit. Hopefully he won't get injured, and then we'll definitely have a shot at title. And again, at the end, we actually have to strengthen our defense. And right now, I don't know what the transfer, what we are aiming for in the transfer market. We still need to get a center back or some sort of a defender for sure. We are getting these 2 wonder kids, prodigal sons like Pelistri and this guy from Atalanta. But we still need we still need a center half. Okay, yeah. So because that is something which we really need, because God knows when Bailly got injured, and again we have to deal with Lindelof and Maguire in the center. So that's not good. Okay, so we really still need a defender in this transfer window, and then I guess we will definitely have a good shot at title.
Bems, can United win the league title, Bems?
It's possible, but it's highly unlikely. So it's highly unlikely. So I agree with Kay. It's gonna be hard. To be honest with you, yes, we haven't had that many injuries. 1, 2. We're gonna be playing in the Europa League on Thursdays. That's gonna affect our rest time and getting ready for the next game. So you got to worry about that. There's also we also have a lot more games to play. This COVID thing is still there. And again, when we lose games, I totally agree with Kay. We are a confidence team, man. When we're winning, like now we're winning, but then when we start losing, it's bad. We don't really come back easily like that. So,
right.
And again, Bailly is playing great, but I think Bailly's not going to stay healthy throughout the season. He's going to get injured. And the moment Bailly gets injured, Lindelof gets back in the team, and the whole team chemistry and shape changes. And then we're going to start conceding goals. We can't push up high anymore. So in order for us to have at least a chance to challenge, I'm not saying to win, guaranteed, but in order for us to have a chance to challenge, we need a center back in this January transfer window.
Right.
If we don't get that, nothing.
That's
if
for
we
sure.
continue the way it is, it's not. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to bust your bubbles, man. We're probably gonna go. We're gonna go close, but we're not gonna win this league this season, man.
Okay.
A center back better than Lindelof, right? And Bailly.
No, a center back, center back better than Bailly and Lindelof.
I don't think
center back that's got.
Who's available?
Bailly is like one of the best
fine with
center backs right
Twansebi.
now.
I'm fine with Twansebi.
Twansebi is good, but you got Upamecano. He's better. He's a better center back. He's got the speed.
He's not going to do that.
Keep discussing. Give me 1 minute.
We won't get it from Upamecano.
That means that Twansebi pushes down the pecking order. I don't think he'll do that.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that he keeps playing Maguire and Lindelof, right?
Yeah.
And both of those center backs don't have speed.
Yeah.
Lindelof is not strong. He's not a physical center back.
Yeah.
But
true.
those are the 2 center backs that he trusts.
Yeah.
But now Bailly has been playing, because Bailly's been playing, we've been able to push high up the pitch. because
But that's
Bailly is
because
physical.
Lindelof's injured. That's because
Yeah,
Lindelof's
yeah,
injured.
exactly. Yeah, because Lindelof's injured. But
Yeah.
I wonder what's gonna happen when Lindelof gets back healthy.
Oh, he's gonna play.
But
He's gonna
again,
come back in.
yeah, exactly. He's gonna come back in. But if Ole had a center back that, because the thing about it is the Maguire, you need a partnership. Maguire and Lindelof are almost the same, not really the same.
Definitely. I
Obviously,
agree.
Maguire is
They're the
taller.
same
Yeah, they're almost the
dimensions,
same
yeah.
type of center back.
But who are you gonna get in
You need the
January?
difference.
Like, Upper McConnell's in the Champions League. He's not gonna leave.
Upper
Not gonna
Meccano.
leave.
Okay, so there's it. I mean, there are center backs. There's this
Who can we get
center
in
back from
January
Schalke.
though? That we can
Nah,
actually
there's center backs that we could go and get. There are center backs, but again, I don't know if it's gonna be a proven center back that's gonna come in and change. That's gonna change it immediately,
David Alaba.
right? Yeah.
He's going with Madrid.
David Alaba.
Alaba is going to Madrid.
He has
David Alaba can be that guy too. But
We're not gonna
he's
get
going to
Alaba.
Madrid.
Because he
So,
wants big wages.
I mean, there are center backs that we could get. There are center backs. Whether they're gonna come in straight away and be first team, that's a question for itself.
But that's the thing. There's
But
no point signing
again-
someone unless he's gonna come straight in.
But then that's you can say that, but that's even the more reason why we're not still gonna win the league, because Bailly's gonna get injured and then Love's gonna get back in. So I mean, either way you look at it, we're basically just saying the same thing, because that center back pairing is not gonna win us the league. We need a center back. So
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's whether you like it or not, man.
And for me, Bruno, if Bruno gets injured or gets tired like last season, he needs to have rest. Because last season,
he needs a rest. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He needs a rest.
He was
And the fact
dying
that Ole keeps playing him every single. I think Ole needs to find a way of winning games without Bruno playing. He needs to find something. I don't care if it's scrappy wins without Bruno. We need to find a way to win games without Bruno, because
That, as
when
you know,
if Bruno
it's
gets
not gonna
injured,
happen. He's
we
gonna
are
start. Bruno is
It's-
gonna start.
It's not.
Maguire
he's not
and
gonna
Bruno will
sub.
always
If
start.
Bruno gets injured,
That's what I'm saying.
Technically-
Maguire and Bruno are like
technically,
on
if Bruno gets injured, we are screwed. Forget it.
No, we're not
Lad,
screwed,
lad,
man. We're not
But
screwed.
lad,
We're not screwed.
Come on, man.
I mean,
Everything goes
look at
through
this
We're
Bruno.
not screwed.
Everything
No,
goes
no,
through
you-
Bruno.
Hold on, one at a
We are
time.
We're not
screwed.
screwed. We got Pogba. We got Van der Beek, who you highly rate, right? We have
No,
Pogba.
I'm
we
talking
have-
about See, Joe. Bruno's production is not the same as Van der Beek's production. It's not
His
the same thing
goal
as
is more
Pogba's
crazy.
production.
Okay,
It is the
Dr.
role
J,
that
you were about
Bruno
to say something.
plays
Dr. J.
for the team.
yeah, I was
not
going
what
to
Pogba
say,
plays
I was
for
going
the
to
team.
say,
Hold on.
I was going to say,
Let him speak.
Ole has to save Bruno from himself. Bruno wants to play every game. That's the problem. He doesn't want to be left out. So Ole has to save Bruno from himself by resting him in some games. Bruno wants to play
I think Ole
every
relies
match.
on Bruno a little bit too much too, man. I think Ole relies on Bruno a lot too.
I think the
So
fact
you
is
realize
that
that
you think if,
Like-
if Bruno does not see his name on the starting lineup, he'll be happy?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I
I agree. He's not going to be happy.
But as
He's
the
not gonna be
manager,
happy.
he has to make
But
that
Ole
decision.
relies on him too much. Ole
Yes,
relies on him a lot.
Ole does. But as the manager, he needs to say, "Listen, I need you to be on the bench, or you're not on today's game." He
Look
needs
at
to
Klopp.
He has to take
Klopp
control.
rest Mane and Salah in games. Look at Crystal Palace. He put Salah on the bench. They battered them 7-0. And Salah,
Exactly. There you go. Thank you, Kane. Thank you. That's
We
what I'm
can't do
talking
that.
about. Your
We
best
can't do
players your best players on the bench, but you're still spanking the team, and then Salah comes in and scores his brace.
I think what
There
we
you
should
go.
do this Watford game.
That
we
is
should not
management
start
right
with
there.
Bruno. Like I guess that is the ideal game to start with Van de Beek to test him out for the entire 90 minutes or whatever. At least he should start. And again, I guess it's a good point. Dr. Jen, everybody brought it up that Bruno also has to listen to some way. Ole has to make him understand that he can't just play 90 minutes every game. Bruno is my man. He's the miracle.
Ole
It's
needs
because of
to
him
find a
where
way
we
of
are right
winning
now.
games
We
without
have to-
Bruno. He
Yeah,
needs
so
to.
we
Ole
have to do that.
needs to improve on the tactics. It's that
even
Ole
Rashford,
needs
you
to
know
find a
Rashford
way
been
of playing
playing
without
for-
Bruno.
But here I'm not
Absolutely.
saying that without Bruno
One
we
at a time.
cannot win. It's just like the mentality. It's just like maybe somehow Ole is
I'm
not
sorry
thinking
though,
that
but
without
if we
Bruno he
without
can win.
Bruno, our
We
win
can.
percentage goes down. Without Bruno,
But-
our win
But
ratio
still we
goes
have to
down.
try. Yeah, but still
That's
we
what
have
I'm
to try.
saying.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Okay,
you
you
gotta
were saying
remember,
something.
Rashford's been playing with a shoulder injury for the last God knows how many weeks. And look what happened
Exactly.
last time. He did his spine. He was
Exactly.
out for about 3 months.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what Ole does, man. He
So
plays.
we have
He
come
just plays
to,
his players down into the ground.
so we have come to the conclusion. So what we've now understood now is Ole doesn't rotate enough. He uses the same team to the burnt out. That's what we struggled to the last semifinals last season. We agree. He needs to use his squad a bit more, but it's because he doesn't trust his squad enough to rest the regulars. That's the problem. So either he buys more players in January who might make an impact, or keep rotating. But you see, Ole is desperate to win a trophy. He's desperate to get back into Champions League. So he's trying to make sure he uses all he can, but he has to rest some players. So it's a 50-50. He's in a very tight spot to
Tim,
play.
Yeah.
Can I
thing
can I
with
bring something
Ole,
up real quick?
what
Yeah,
he
go
didn't
on.
do last season, we had 3 trophies. You know that Mourinho, he went, forget the league, we'll go for Europa and the league title.
Exactly. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
has to prioritize 2 or 1.
He has to prioritize. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Otherwise,
I totally agree. Yeah. I totally agree.
Ben,
If he goes for everything, then
Joe,
we're,
you were
we're
gonna say
gonna
something. Joe,
we're not
quickly.
gonna get
I
it.
just want to bring something up real quick. Okay, we're talking about Ole, Western players, man management and everything, right? But at the same time, even at this season, let's be honest with ourselves, right? How many people here has complained that Ole has been changing the formula up too much this season? Because it's not okay. So yes, we have to be able to understand that Ole doesn't have a particular style of play. So he doesn't have players that can just conform to a specific style of play where you take one piece out, you put another piece in. Whenever Ole starts a different set of midfielders, it changes the entire game.
Agree.
Right? Where, having Van der Beek, right, in the squad may not necessarily mean he can do the 4-2-3-1, right? So now it changes the whole aspect of the game. He had to change the strategy and everything. But I'm just saying,
You could play a
can't have it
4-2-3-1
both
with Van der
ways
Beek
where
in the lineup, though.
that has not proven successful.
Nah, but you can. Okay, well, I'll put
A
it
lot
this
of
way.
times
He
that's
plays.
but he
there
hasn't.
isn't-
Wait,
we
Ole
can,
plays a
because
4-2-3-1.
I don't think we currently have a formation.
Ole
that-
plays a 4-2-3-1 with Mata on the wing. Why can't he play Van der Beek and play some Mata?
There's clearly something in training that he's not seeing from Van der Beek.
Obviously,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Well,
There's gotta be
you need to
something.
understand. Did you guys listen to the press conference when actually he was asked about
Do you
Van
know
der Beek's
the
role in
reason
the
why I
team?
think he's not playing Van der Beek?
Hold on.
Because
Let's stand finish. Let's stand
Grealish.
finish. Let's stand finish.
Well,
Grealish
well,
was
Wait,
playing.
at
no,
some point,
that
you need to
doesn't make
understand.
any
You need to
sense.
understand. Baines also, everyone needs to understand. Ole is the manager. Okay, at the end, he also needs to gain the trust. The players, if not showing the trust, then he
Van
can't
der Beek
start.
wasn't
Okay,
on his
because
side.
Well, he
Van
bought
der-
Bruno, and Bruno
I-
started the first game after he signed for
Fine.
United. He trusted
well,
Bruno
again, we don't know
because
what's
that's the
going on
player
in
he
the
wanted,
training
right?
ground, the formation on
The reason he
again,
doesn't play
I
Van der
still
Beek because he
believe-
wanted Grealish and he didn't get Grealish.
Dude,
What Grealish
Van der
and
Beek was the
Shankar.
second option.
That's
Hold on,
That's what he
hold
wanted.
on.
I'm not saying that
That
Van
is
der
Hold
Beek
on.
madness.
Sammy,
That's
finish.
Van der Beek is still actually our main option to replace Bruno, and Ole knows that. It's just that we actually have games in every 2 days. Okay, so if we change formation, if we try too many players, then we will actually lose. Then you guys will start complaining about, oh, he's playing Van der Beek in place of Bruno, and he tested a different formation and he lose.
Yes.
Okay, just think about it. Okay, so that's
No,
the
but
thing.
we're
We
not
have
saying we
too many
want
No.
him
games.
to.
We
but
have games
yeah.
in like
Bayern
3-4
Munich,
days.
Hold on. You will get your 10
And
seconds. Hold on.
also going back to that Mo Salah thing, Salah was a striker. Okay, the whole Liverpool team's formation was not based on Salah, so you could actually raise Salah and play somebody else in the striker position. But you can't actually
That is
compare
because
Salah's
Klopp has a
replacement to
system.
Bruno. No,
Klopp
no.
has a system. Klopp
Sorry,
has a
I'm
system.
not
That's
agreeing.
why.
I'm not
Ole
agreeing
doesn't
with
have a
that.
system.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
anybody
Klopp has a
other can-
system.
Okay, 20,
Well, Klopp's
30
system
seconds.
and Ole's system is now tied by points on the table. Just saying.
Okay.
Yeah, but they've got
And
heavy
please,
Okay,
injuries.
30 seconds.
Joe, please don't tell me that Ole's
Bams,
better than
Bams,
Klopp.
hold on,
man.
Bams.
Please,
Bams.
please,
See,
Okay.
also,
Klopp
I
had
didn't say
5
that.
years.
please,
I didn't say that.
Dude,
I didn't
Klopp
say
had
that.
5 years.
Hold
Five.
But what I
Hold
said.
on.
Five
Hold on.
years.
But I said.
Hold on.
Come on.
Well, we're
Okay.
tied
I
on
know I
points
didn't say that.
with Liverpool that are
Get ahead
missing
of yourself, man.
Van Dijk, Gomez, Matip, Thiago. If we miss just Bruno, see where we're going to struggle.
Exactly.
And that's because of the system. It's not because of the actual player.
Exactly. It's a system.
Okay.
Ole doesn't have
Dr.
a clear
J.
system.
I'm going to call you. Do
Yeah.
your last 30 seconds. Dr. J.
Yeah. What's the topic again? Sorry.
No, you, summarize the Bruno, man management of Ole in 30 seconds. Should he rest
It's
players?
man management. or the players.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of difficult to say why he doesn't play Van der Beek. But we all know Van der Beek is a good player. He's a utility player. He can play on the right, he can play on the left, he can play in the middle. That's for sure. Is he on the same level as Bruno? Absolutely not. Bruno is way higher than Van der Beek. But I think Van der Beek should be given a chance. Let's see him. You know, he should be given more game time, actually. You know, so as regards to that, he can rest Bruno sometimes to play to at least let us see Van der Beek when he starts. So yeah, that's my take on it. Ole is not a bad coach to me.
Right. Okay.
I think the Watford game, we should see Van de Beek.
Time is 30 seconds.
I think I should. I mean, if I was Ole, I would definitely start with Van de Beek in the Watford game, because that will definitely give us a confidence. And again, we can't just blame Ole that he never started with Van de Beek. Think about the West Ham game. The game got, we are totally nowhere in the first half. We are trailing. The game got changed when Bruno came in place of Van de Beek. So we can't just blame all the time Ole that he didn't give proper chances to Van de Beek, okay? So also we have to think about from statistical perspective. So, okay, Van de Beek would get chance in a Watford game. I would be surprised if Ole doesn't give chance to him. I would definitely criticize then Ole's tactics if he doesn't start with Van de Beek, and then we'll see how things will happen. I'm pretty sure Van de Beek will get chance in next 4 games for sure. And then hopefully we'll see how he performs, and then we can resume this discussion in your next fan chat.
Okay, Joe, 30 seconds.
As to what?
As in Ole's man management of these rotational players.
It's okay. It's just I'm really more concerned about his man management on the pitch after halves, changing games. Yeah, he's got to mix it up, but at the same time, yes, as far as Bruno and especially Maguire as well. Maguire is another one that has not been getting a lot of rest. We have quality. Yes, we have quality center backs that could come into that could replace him. There's nothing against the rules for you to rest your center back once we've seen games off. Like there've been plenty of times when we've finished games, but we still have center backs on the pitch. He doesn't naturally rest our center or any of our defensive guys unless it looks like they've picked up a knock or anything like that. So the same way I can say we need Bruno to stay healthy, we kind of need Maguire to stay healthy too, because if Maguire goes down, I'm not necessarily too confident that Lindelof or Tuanzebe should be able to take his place. Right. There's certain things that Maguire does, and he does it very well. And just because he's not as speedy and as dynamic and as athletic and as great as a
spot jumper,
for set pieces and everything, he's still a decent center back. I look at the entire league as a whole. Like we have top 5. We have like the top. We should have like the top. Let's say top 6. We have the top 3 center backs in the league.
Okay.
That's arguably factual.
Bam, 30 seconds.
Okay. Where do I start from?
Starting with Ole's man management and his rotational players.
Okay, Ole's man management. Ole's doing a good job this season. His rotational plays is not bad. He's doing okay. The main thing that I would say, like we talked about before, is Bruno needs a rest. Bruno needs a rest. If Bruno goes down, we are for sure not going to win the league. And we were for sure going to struggle to win anything this season. We need Bruno healthy. Maguire needs a rest. The League Cup, the Cup games are the games where you can rest Maguire, like against Watford. You can rest him. Is he going to rest him? I don't know. I won't be surprised. Maguire's probably still going to play. I mean, we have improved, yes. We're in a position where we are. I think tactically he has improved too. But again, he is not a Klopp. He's not a Pep. And I don't want anyone comparing Ole with Klopp or Pep or who else. I mean, Ole is good, but he's not won anything yet. He's tactically, you could still see some mistakes he makes. So I think my big thing is he needs to find a system of play without Bruno in the team. So if Bruno goes down, we can still we can still win games.
Okay.
Exactly. I mean, we talked about Klopp earlier, man. I mean, Liverpool is still winning games without how many key players, and they're still winning games.
Right.
So, yeah. So that's one of the reasons. Again, Ole is really relying on some of his play. And then the last thing I'll say is Maguire's not a captain. I'm sorry. Bruno needs to be the captain of that team.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see what Maguire does.
I
leading
think a
the
lot of
team.
Man
Yeah,
United fans
Thank you for
Bruno
bringing it
is
up, Ben.
for another day.
Yeah.
Bruno,
I mean, that's
Bruno
like a
needs to be the
no-brainer now.
captain of that
Bruno
team,
needs to
man.
be the captain.
And
That's going to be a discussion
yeah.
for another day.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
a
Oh,
discussion
man.
number.
So-
Okay, last 30 seconds. Always
So,
rotational management
yeah.
of players. Quickly.
Well, when I'm talking about the management rotation, I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about from last season. We didn't have a pre-season. This is what people forget. We didn't have a pre-season. We're not going to really have a winter break. So it is important to rest and rotate. And when we go into when it's Champions League, it's not as bad because it's Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. But Thursday, Sunday,
It's a lot.
it's going to be when you fly to
Uzbekistan.
Azerbaijan or all these places that are far near Russia, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. So for me, like Ben's is saying, he needs to find a way of resting Bruno, people like Maguire, even Wan-Bissaka last season. There was a time where he was dead on his feet because we have to get forward. Yeah, he's just got to find a way of rotating. And if we're not going to buy, he's got to rotate with what we've got. Because
Okay.
I can't see us signing more than 1 or 2 players in January that are going to come straight into the team anyway.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's a big shout out. Raise your glasses.
Guys,
I ain't got no glass.
Okay.
Keith, guys,
I don't have any glass.
before we raise our glasses, yeah?
Right.
Breaking news, guys. Breaking news, right?
Yeah.
The Southampton goalkeeper is injured, Alex McCarthy. So Fraser Foster, who has not played since May of 2019,
Oh
is
God.
going to be in goal against
Liverpool are
Liverpool.
gonna
Oh,
back
my
them
God.
anyway.
Well,
That
I
means
guess Pool's
there
gonna
is
get
no
a 3
way.
points.
Sammy, those are your
Pool's
3
gonna get
points.
3 points.
I mean,
Yeah, my 3 points is going down the drain. My dream of losing.
so guys,
So
I want to thank.
he tested positive for COVID.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
I need to change my lineup.
Right. So I want to raise our glass to the UK crew. Kay, Jude, thank you for joining us.
Cheers, guys.
The US crew, Joe, Bems, and Sam. Happy New Year. And we
Happy New
hopefully
Year.
we will be raising our glasses to United at the end of the season with a
Happy New Year,
trophy
bro.
and something.
Glory, glory, Man United.
Glory, glory, man. United.
Glory, glory, man.
Oh,
Glory,
All
glory,
right.
Man
that's
United.
Good night,
it.
guys. Good evening, Houston.
Nice one,
Good
guys.
night, United.
Bye now.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Good night,
bye.
good afternoon, good evening. Yeah.
See you soon. Bye.
And later.